All right. This is attempt number 3. For whatever reason, I don't know why my phone is not working. It normally works and is normally never a problem, but today there seems to be a problem. But there is always a means of backup, and that's what I did today. So we have the live stream going again. So let's try this out. Give me a second. Let me make sure the stream is working. So I'm going to get an echo. All right, perfect. So, all right, there we go. So Jimmy, Mike, Justin, Omega Bash, Dave, Kirk, he says, I can hear you now. What's happening? What's up, Kent? All right, guys. So as you can see by the, the title there or the thing on the screen, I ended up opening up StreamYard, and I'm streaming from my laptop currently. This is not how I typically stream, so you'll have to forgive me. Hopefully everything is okay. I'm going to try. I'm not even going to attempt to put in my headbud or earbud. Ted says he's good. We're good now. Terry says, hey, yo, Dash. Victor, he says, hey, we have audio. Matt Wood says, can't. So here's one good thing. Because of the fact that I'm on StreamYard, which means that I could probably talk to some of you guys later or bring someone in to talk a little later. And my whole thing was I wanted to talk today about things, and let me go back to my original. Let's talk about the things you didn't know. And basically, what I mean by that is when you started doing barbecue or when you started doing catering or whatever the case may be, what was something that you didn't know that you learned pretty quickly? Be it, a rule or regulation or like a thing you had to purchase or something you had to, someone's, a palm you had to grease, something. What is something that you learned pretty quick, fast, and in a hurry when you were doing, like I said, your backyard barbecue, your catering for folks, or just, I won't say in general, but in cooking in general? So feel free to chime in. The comments are slightly delayed because of the fact that I'm going through StreamYard and then it has to go through like all of that stuff. Kirk says, I didn't know I would grow so fast so quickly. Talk about a first world problem. I'm taking, so, all right, the commissary kitchen. He says, Kirk. All right, so those of you guys who know this is a bottle of Blanton's, and I feel like this is apropos. This is the kind of night I've had, which has been kind of crazy. I ended up having to log in through StreamYard, but we're going to finish this bottle. And damn it, if I didn't just drip on my laptop. But Blanton's, we're empty. So tonight's drink is gonna be Blanton's. So salud, cheers. All right, so Captain Newbie is laughing. Burn care, that's a good one. Terry says charge more for my time. Yes, indeed. That's always something good to know. Unfortunate as it may be that you have to learn that lesson. So one of the good things about using StreamYard is I can kind of, showcase you guys here. So let's see. Yeah. Might as well use that ticker at the bottom of the screen, and I can do that. When he says I spent far too much time worrying about failing, which is what made me not start anything till now. Just trusting your ability, and let's see, this trust in your abilities is what I learned. I wouldn't say I learned that fast, though. I understand. I definitely understand. Justin says, everyone wants that one thing you don't make this week. Yep, I completely understand that one. I do. I know what that one is. The whole sound thing was just a ploy because I was first. So If you guys missed it, unfortunately, I had some technical difficulties. And you know what is crazy is my phone updated yesterday, and since it updated yesterday, it has been doing some craziness. So I have to kind of dig through the settings and kind of put things back to the way that they were. And unfortunate as it may be, the sound was one of those things that it just didn't work out. So I'm sorry. I do apologize for that. Greg says he is working on getting his own business off the ground due to me. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, and congratulations at the same time. Greg, definitely congratulations. I say it, I've said it before and I'll say it again. If I can do it, you can do it. And yeah. Mr. Green says, how's it going? You charge labor of wood as well as food purchases. Also, how do you prepare for competition barbecue? So, Mr. Greens, you might not be around or might not have been around for a while, but I do not do competition. The only competitions I've done were SCA or have been SCA. Actually, since I have this here, SCA, I think I was a member. I don't know. Something happened with my membership. They like did something funky, but SCA is the Steak Cook-Off Association. I've done 2 of those competitions, and those are the only competitions I've done so far. Let's see. How do you charge with labor? So, Mr. Greens, one of the things I can tell you is I charge 3 times what the food costs, and then I will add a little bit or take a little bit away. That's usually how I end up charging for labor. Is I use the food cost as a basis and charge accordingly. I guess, how do I charge for wood? I don't really charge for wood. I guess, one of the things as of late, I've been able to get wood for free, so I haven't had to pay for it. So that has been a blessing because that saves me like $175 for a cord. And what I ended up doing was purchasing a log splitter. So I have my own log splitter and have been splitting my own wood. So that's cool. So Justin says, good help is hard to find. Definitely understand. So Russell says, hey, here's a reminder. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you very much. So Jimmy says, I learned you have to treat barbecue 100% like a business. Definitely agree there. And we'll drink to that. Here's something that everyone needs to know. Good barbecue ain't cheap, and cheap barbecue ain't good. Man, oh man. Let's see. Victor said he recently discovered some fire departments require that your pop-up canopy needs to be fire resistant. Good luck finding one. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, how? Like, how, Sway? All right. So Kirk says, I learned to always take your serving utensils out of the pan before closing the lid. It was serving at a festival, grabbed that spoon, lit me up. Yeah, well, that's the lesson you should only have to learn once. Darnell's back on the live stream. Sorry, Darnell, for earlier. Obviously, technical difficulties. I was saying that my phone updated, and I do these live streams. I run these live streams primarily from my phone, and unfortunately, as I said, my phone updated, and it is just acting kind of weird right now. So Justin says, lesson number 3, costs fluctuate. Definitely understand that. And I was on a chat, like a chat. Justin added me to a chat on Instagram, actually. And he was asking about, hey, what do you guys do when the costs go up? Unfortunately, my costs are set for right now, and I don't change the costs with the fluctuations. So I will do one of 2 things. I will either kind of pull back and let people know that, hey, the price is going to go up because of what's happening right now. Like, I just cooked a brisket today. I had some work being done on my house, and I cooked the brisket. It was a 10-pound brisket. That brisket cost me $50. That normally, no, a 10-pound brisket should cost me like $30, $35. But there's a big difference. And when I'm still charging the same amount I'm charging, and the cost of my food has gone up like $1 per pound, It is not easy. It is not. It's not nice. Let's see. Meek says thumbs up. Thumbs up, Bash. Blue moon for me tonight. Nice. Darnell says I'm going to DM you on IG. I have a very all right. Few important questions. No worries, man. Maybe recover a canopy with welding. All right, recover a canopy with welding blankets. All right. Blur the Music says, what's up, man? Don't forget me tomorrow. No. Definitely haven't forgotten you. So I'm going to be doing a podcast. I've been asked to help out with the podcast. So I am going to be helping. Is Brent? Which one is it? I think it's Brent. Helping again. I believe it's Brent. I'm going to be helping him out. And we're going to be talking for a little while. Darnell says I just bumped my ribs to $33 a slab. Sheesh. I'll harbor freight. Yeah, definitely. So Captain Newbie was talking about putting some sort of cover or fire retardant type thing on the canopy. But yeah. Berry Hill Barbecue. So that's Mr. Taylor. Taylor says, hey, old Dash, dealing with poor internet at the moment. Might not stay long. Take this thumbs up. Well, all right. Sure. No problem. Kurt is like, damn, $32 a slab. Yeah, man, shoot. Wrestling with the culture. Oh, I understand, man. I definitely understand. Mike says, hey, Dash, welcome back, sir. I'm so sorry about the earlier internet issues I'm having or technological issues I was having. So Fantasy Barbecue says, hey, yo. All right. Kirk says, I wish I could get $33 a slab around here. And that's another thing, too. That's a big component. Charging what your market will bear. And that's one of those things where I can tell you what I charge per hour to work on site, and what I can charge per hour to work on site might not be feasible for you to charge. So when people ask me, well, how much do you charge per hour? So I can tell people how much I want to charge them. What I charge per hour is probably not what you can get per hour. I've been at this for a little while, and I have no problem telling people no. And my number is my number, and that's about it. All right. Brett says that's the name of the podcast, Wrestling with the Culture. Wrestling with the Culture. Well, we are going to definitely talk about the culture tomorrow. And then I guess I will, maybe we'll see how it'll work out. And if I can record it, then maybe I'll record it and post it on my channel for some promotion for you, sir. Let's see. Justin says he's charging $30 a slab for St. Louis ribs, and people keep telling me I'm not charging enough. Well, Justin, you are also in LA. That just says a lot right there. Meek says, I know a good guy to fix your live stream issues. Yeah, I bet. 4J, what's up, John from 4J's Barbecue? He says, evening, Dash and fam. Yes, indeed. Fantasy Barbecue says, loving the scroll. Well, thank you. This is one of the things that I like about StreamYard, which is pretty good. I won't say I've used it a few times, but it's not my go-to. Like, honestly, it's good. And if there's anybody that would like to join me, you can send me an email, and when I get a chance to check it, I will shoot you the link, and you can join me. So if this is one of the fringe benefits, as they say, of using StreamYard, is I can have guests on. So Dave says, click the like. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button for me. I'd greatly appreciate it. So let's see. Can you tell me what the current, what is the current like count? Can I get someone to keep track or tell me what the like count is? Because I can't see it. Nice. So Mike was telling me, or actually I watching this channel and things like that. He said the car show event sold out, made a great profit. So what he did was he was headed down to a car show. So some of you guys who have been hanging around the channel for a while know I go down to Ocean City, Maryland, and hang out with my car friends. And when I go down there, I take food with me. And one of those, Mike did something similar where he went to a car show, and I can't remember if it was it in Tennessee? Was it Gatlinburg? Was it like one of those? Was it that? Because I know there was a big show in Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg area, and maybe he took some food down there. So let's see. Lou says, all right, let's see. Fantasy Barbecue says $25 baby back here in Kansas City. I'm charging $25 currently for my baby backs as well. Lou says, hey, yo, happy Wednesday. What's going on, Lou Calamadas? We got to say the whole thing. Whenever we address and talk about Lou, we got to say the whole thing. Captain Newbie says, charge whatever you can. However, make sure you can stick it to their ribs and make them all full and sleepy. Yes, indeed. You don't want to disappoint folks when they are paying through the nose for some food. All right, so there are 20 likes currently. And like I said, if somebody could just every now and again tell me how many likes there are to remind folks to please hit that like button. Justin said another lesson learned is okay to say no to request for family discounts and the hookup. Pardon me while I sip my bourbon, all right? Because we've talked about that. And again, guys, if anybody is willing to or wants to hang out and talk with me live, the floor is open. Shoot me a message and I will shoot you or send you the link to join me. All right, so Mike says Jackson, Tennessee was a Ford takeover. All right. But back to meat prices, they are very depressing on depending on where you live. In Douglasville, I can get a 9-pound pork butt for $10 to $11. In my hometown, that same butt will cost me $15. And you know what? That is probably contingent upon supply and demand. If one store is selling more of the butts than selling more pork butts, then they probably can keep their costs down. Or they might have a stockpile of meat and haven't had to get more meat in. So it could be like a double-edged sword. Victor says $25 a rack for baby back ribs, $25 a pound for brisket. Jeez. I wish. I'm below that on brisket. But again, if anybody wants to talk or wants to join the live stream, you can. All you have to do is shoot me a message and I will get you on. Captain Newbie says, damn, I gotta feed these kids, man. The good thing about doing this as late as I am doing this, my kids, for the most part, have already eaten, with the exception of Taste Tester number 1, who is in the kitchen currently. Can you see him back there? He's supposed to be doing the dishes, but I don't know what he's doing. And he will be cooking for himself soon. Dave says, 25 likes. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate that. What's up, Lee? He says, hey, yo, Dash in chat. So, guys, you know, it's one of those things where sometimes I find somebody and I dote on their channels. And Lee is one of those channels where I dote on his channel. Family-friendly content. He's always cooking in cast iron. He motivates me to cook in cast iron. He normally does a cast iron Wednesday. And he's given me a couple great ideas in cooking with some of my cast iron equipment. And I have 3, 4, 5 cast iron pieces. 6. I'm still counting 7, a little skillet. I can still count. So I probably have, let's say 5 to 10 pieces. And Lee's got 2 gobs of cast iron stuff. It's like, I think Lee only cooks in cast iron for the most part, which is dope, which is definitely dope. So, yeah. Let's see. Justin says, sorry, I had to switch account. I'll shoot you another thumbs up. Well, I greatly appreciate that, man. Definitely appreciate that, Justin. Oh, man. Whoop. Let's see. Brett said it's the same store, different part of the state. When we were talking about the difference as far as $10 to $12 versus $15 for a pork shoulder. Whoa. Let's see. Darnell said, I just came across a guy charging $22 a pound for pulled pork. Look, smoke them if you got it. If you can get $22 a pound for pulled pork, look, maybe that's some old heritage Duroc, some crazy breed. So I don't know how many people actually prefer catered brisket. You really have to be a big barbecue fan to request it. Well, it's one of those things when you if you set, I won't say set the expectation, but if I can do catered brisket because I have enough people that have had my brisket and they know what it is, and they're like, I would love to get some of that. So I do, I won't say well, but when I cater brisket, I cater brisket. Fanny says, yo, it's taste test. Oh, yo, taste tester number one. Somebody said hi to you. Fanny, there we go. All right. We are on a bit of a delay. Taste tester number one, taking order for pancakes. No, taste tester number one made popcorn. He was big on the popcorn last summer. Taste tester number two was the pancake maker. Now he's talking about making pancakes. Look, Captain Newbie says he's eating your house home, just like mine. No comment. Probably spent around $140, made 610. Nice. That is a decent amount of profit. You are absolutely right. You have to get $24. Oh man. I know I could get $24 a pound for brisket. I mean, I know I could. It's just a matter of the shock value because I know I am undercharging for brisket. Brisket, I've told you guys before, brisket is my loss leader. Look, Meeg says cast iron for life. I even have a large cast iron baking pan. Nice, that's dope. Victor says he's still working on the price for pulled pork. All right. Darnell, I'm adding tri-tip this summer, $17 a pound. So that's the thing. Darnell, where you are, you can get it from the restaurant depot near you. I have to be down near at work in order for me to get it. Or actually, you can get it from the PX. So there's that. Let's see. Brisket is my most requested. I'm still working out my pulled pork prices when I get up and running. All right. Let's see. Justin said, lesson learned, get some business cards. Mine are on the way. Justin, didn't we talk about business cards? Actually, I think I talked to you about business cards, and I know I filmed a video about business cards, and then I went to Texas, so that video has not come out yet. So I'm not going to say I apologize, but I have not put out that video. All right, listen, look at this. Thank you, Missouri Creek Fishing, getting you another like from my second account. That's what's up. I greatly appreciate that. Grumpus, he says, hey, Dash and everybody. If anyone wants to join, the live stream to talk about what we're talking about today, which is the technical difficulties and everything, things that you didn't know. So let's see. The original topic was supposed to be, let's talk about the things you didn't know. And that could be the things you didn't know when you started cooking, when you started barbecuing, when you started catering. What did you learn quick, fast, and in a hurry? Let's see. Captain Newbie says, I don't think a meat eater would be upset to show up at a party where there was brisket. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Braden Estrella says, yo! So I'm having a good time with the StreamYard, being able to pull out and highlight some of the comments here, which is cool. Fantasy Barbecue says, pulled pork, I charge $10 a pound. It's cheap and easy in Kansas City. Depending on how cheap it is for you, like I know I am personally charging $14 a pound currently, and I probably stand to charge a little bit more. JP Arnold says, evening from Jessup. Let's see, listening to you on my way home in Frederick. Well, JP, thank you, sir. I greatly appreciate that. I'll drink to somebody local hanging out and joining us on a live stream. Thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate you hanging out. Captain Newbie says, get in there, Grumpus. Now, depending on the size, I say $3 to $4 per pound of a butt. Okay. Yep. Good smoke gets people hungry. Yes and all. Yes, indeed. I started reading Laura's post. She says, "Hey, Dash and all. Hello, Laura. Wait, let me say this quickly. Hey, Laura. All right. Let's see. Terry says a lot of people don't realize how much work goes into barbecue. But you know what? Let me just leave that one up there for a while, because Terry, then that is an understatement. Understatement. KB says, "What's in my glass tonight? I finished my bottle of Blanton's. I think I've said this before. I think Blanton's is a little overrated for what it costs versus, like, I've had some cheaper bourbon that there's, in my opinion, a little bit better." So Laura says, "Not local, but can get crazy. Snorting like Chrissy Snow." Oh man. Laura saying hi to everybody. So how is everybody doing? Those of you who have like that second wave of folks that came in. Let's see. We are at how many likes? I can't tell. Let's try this again. 30 likes. Holy cow. All right. So let's see. What is something that you learned quick, fast, and in a hurry? Let's talk about the things you did not know. You didn't know. What did you learn? Be it about barbecue, be it about cooking for other folks, be it about catering. What is it that you learned? Let's see. Grandma says, did you take any Texas bourbon back with you? No, I did not. Unless you count, I did bring 2 bottles of vodka back home. I was sent home, and I'm looking at them. One bottle is Dash, and the other is Dripping Springs vodka. Hold on, let me show you. This is a bottle. Okay. This is a bottle I never heard of before, but Jamie, I'm sorry about the reflection from the laptop. It is, putting a glare. There we go. That's a little, there we go. So Dash vodka, handmade vodka, handcrafted in the United States, distilled from wheat and raisins. Ooh, this will probably have an interesting taste. This is produced in Texas, 40% alcohol. Let's see where in Texas. Does it say? Distilled 7 times. Brookshire, Texas. Brookshire, Texas. I'll have to look up and see exactly where Brookshire is. And then this is another one I brought back. I was like a stone throw from Dripping Springs, and we tried to go to the Dripping Springs distillery, but they were closed to the public, I think, or they were closed on days when we were free. And the days we weren't free, we were actually cooking. So didn't get a chance to get there. Grill Sergeant says, vodka, cheers. Yes, indeed. Double the vodka. One is a Dripping Springs, that is Texas, and this is Dash vodka. Pardon my voice crack for whatever reason, but Dash also made in Texas. That is an awesome bottle. I like this checkered pattern. So Jamie says she was looking for something for us, because I mean, when I say the pantry, the bar was well stocked. It was well stocked, and she said, I saw this and thought of you, and I had to pick it up. So she said, you're taking that home with you, and I said, okay. Grumpa said, I learned barbecue doesn't cook. Wait. I learned barbecue doesn't cook as fast when guests are on the way over. Man, look, Grumpus, I'm gonna drink to that one. We got. I agree and know too well. Too well. Grill Sergeant, what's going on, man? Thank you very much for popping in and hanging out. Let's see. Here's a good one. Fantasy Barbecue says, Dash, you ever had people walk up and buy meat right off your smoker? Happened to me 3 times so far. So aside from selling food to the fire department, I've never sold food directly off a smoker, but I am also kind of cooking in the cut. Like when I'm doing bigger events or cooking for more people, my smokers are in the garage so people can smell it, but they can't see it. So they don't necessarily know where it's coming from. Now, there are times when people will walk by and see or hear me cooking on the side of the house, and I'll get comments. You guys remember, anybody remember my neighbor who like stops and watches or stopped and watch? That guy's name is Rob. And you know, he said he was going to order, but it's one of those things where if you order, cool. If you don't order, cool. All right. Let's see. Oh, Laura says I'm going to take a picture of the hoodie I bought before it's too hot. Nice. All right. So Mike says Brookshire is south of Houston. Okay. Uh, Look, don't we all? Justin said I learned that I need more smoker space. Did you get the dash because you're dash? That's exactly why Jamie picked it up. She said she was driving, or not driving. She was in the liquor store and she saw it and she was like, duh, no brainer. Let's see. Crumpus said, I also learned when barbecue is ready, the guests will be late. Yes. Oh, here's a good one. T-Rock says, take a deposit before a big cook. Yes, yes, and yes. All right. Definitely. Look, Laura says, that's true with any dinner, Grumpus. Captain Newbie says he never starts early enough. That's not my problem. I much rather start early and be able to potentially reheat food as opposed to like cutting it close and being late. I hate being late. I hate being late. Captain Newbie says, yeah, Blue Day didn't have their watches set right. You have to do that whole time check synchronization type thing. Oh man. Excuse me. Goodness. So those of you guys who were here early, I had some technical difficulties. My phone updated recently, and for whatever reason, I was not able to. There was no sound. So I don't know what happened, but we are dealing with it. We are moving on. And like I said, the chat tonight was supposed to be let's talk about the things you didn't know. I didn't know that this update to my phone was going to cause issues with the sound. So there's that. Mike says, always start early. Yes, indeed. Oh, Captain Newbie says, just a reminder. Oh, and I was first on the first live stream. So, you know, I completely understand. Definitely understand. So he said, just a reminder, I was first. Hey, look, if anybody wants to join or has the ability to join and wants to join in on the chat, shoot me an email at mdsteeldrumsmokers@gmail.com, and I will shoot you the link to the chat, and you can join me. So there's that. Let's see, get back to the comments. Laura says, have you made anything pork since I got home? I'm trying to think. Today is Wednesday. I've been home for a week. I didn't. Actually, I think I was going to, I thought I said I was going to kind of like, not chill, but not cook as much beef. And then so I made some fish. My wife made some pork with the kids on Sunday, but I don't think I have. And I actually made brisket for the guys who were working on my house today. Oh, here's another good one. T-Rock says, oh yeah, don't forget extra sternos. Man, let me tell you, I was on my way to an event and I was like halfway there and I realized that I didn't have sternos. Like I was driving my van and I had the sternos in my car. So now what I try to do is I get a case from Restaurant Depot and I just leave some in my car and I leave some in the van. But you eventually go through them. And I went through all the ones I had in the van, and I was in the van and not in the car, and I didn't pull any out. I ended up stopping at a supermarket. Like, I just so happened to be driving and stopped at the supermarket, and they had some. So I bought a dozen or so sternos from the market, paid way too much for them, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. KB said, I learned that close friends and family will always compliment your barbecue no matter what. Therefore are no help when I'm practicing for competition. Agreed. Well, you know what you do is you get drunk people and little kids. They will be completely honest with you. They definitely will be honest with you. Anno says, just checking in. What's up, guys? Nothing much. Darnell says, how much you all charge for a 2-bone dino rib? So I don't actually charge by the whole rack, and I have not looked at beef rib prices. Oh gosh, I mean, just thinking about it, I'm sure they have gone through the roof. I haven't looked at beef rib prices in a little while. So Taste Us number one just walked past, and he's like sneaking, tiptoeing past, but he's not very quiet. So what else have you guys learned while doing barbecue or while doing catering or doing whatever it is you do? Darnell says, I tell family I don't want to hear positives. Tell me the negatives. You know what? Just, keep it 100, right? I cannot lie. Man, I had someone ask me if I do competition. Said no. Competition. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna chalk that one up as autocorrect. Competition. T-Rock says, LOL, drunk people and little kids dash you out. No, I'm speaking the truth, man. Those are gonna be the ones who are gonna be honest with you. Look, Laura says, so what candy did you bring home for the kids from Buc-ee's? Just some like sours and gummies and things like that, Laura. Buc-ee's unfortunately had like all of the candies that I can kind of get locally. What I didn't tell you guys about or show you in the video was I did bring home some some roasted nuts for my wife. There was like some candy coated walnuts, I think they were. I don't remember. But there were some roasted nuts that I brought home for her. Look, Darnell says everything tastes good to drunks. You might be right, but they hopefully are or can and or are being or will be truthful when talking to you about what it is that they have. So there is that. But again, what is something? No Smarties. She said no Smartie. LOL. No, they didn't have Smarties. That is a Canada thing. All right. Whew. I am blown that my phone is not working properly. Like, this is crazy. Speaker key. First time I've seen a whole display. You got walnuts. You should have gotten almonds. You know what's so funny, Jimmy? You say that she basically was like, I think I would have preferred some almonds, some roasted almonds. But there is, there's always next time. Let's see. Newbie said, did you see the beef jerky warehouse within the store? My goodness, yes, I did. And I won't say we didn't have a whole bunch of time, but we weren't like trying to spend hours. Like, we spent a good half an hour in the store, like looking around. That video did very little justice to what the actual amount of time we spent in the store. I kind of trimmed it down for brevity because I didn't want you guys because I'm telling you, it was like, what? Oh my gosh, what? They have that here? Like, why is this in the gas station? Like, it was the same. It was rather repetitive because my mind was blown that you could get all of those things that you were able to get in a freaking gas station. That's crazy. Bucky's look pretty cool. That's the first time I've seen a whole meat display full of jerky. KB, man, who you telling? That was the first time I've seen anything like that as well. So Darnell, Smarties that you're thinking of are not the Smarties that Laura's talking about. Let's see. Herman says, good evening from Indianapolis. I have a friend who wants me to smoke 5 big briskets and 5 or 6 pork butts for him. The total is around 200 pounds. I have no idea of what to charge for this. Any advice? So, one, I would ask you how good of a friend. And two, I would ask you exactly, I'm trying to put the do not disturb on because I'm hearing notifications from my phone. I would try to find out, how good of a friend this person is, and is this the first time you'll be cooking for someone as big, of an event? And you could do a few different things. You could, and this is how some of us kind of get into it. Get your feet wet type deal. You can charge him for the meat and like your supplies, and then that be it. But I can tell you, you start doing that and people will try to get you to do that all the time. And there's a lot of effort that's going to be put into cooking for that many people or that amount of food. Now, you could also take the amount of food that you have or whatever the cost of the food is. And then what I normally do is multiply the cost by 3. Your one time will take care of the cost of the food. One time will take care of your incidentals like your charcoal, your, all of the things, your consumables, and one time will be, profit. The only problem is if you're doing it kind of as a favor, quote unquote, for a friend, you might not be able to charge that amount. But if this is a good friend, they probably are going to be willing to pay you what you deserve. So that's a weighted topic. Captain Newbie says, dude, they had a deli counter devoted to beef jerky. How? Dude, when in Texas, they spread things out. Like that is how. And that's the thing, being from I won't say the Northeast, but being from the Mid-Atlantic states where things get built up, seeing things out in Texas, everything gets built out. There's so much space, so much undeveloped space and land in Texas, which is crazy. Darnell said food cost times 3 is the rule. All right. Yep, and that's exactly what that's a base. I won't say it's a rule, it's a base. I learned everybody, Uncle Chuck, can cook better than you. Man, T-Rock, you ain't never lied. Everybody's got an uncle that can do it better, or they know a friend, or they have somebody. But unless they're talking about you, they're probably lying. So Herman, here we go. So he says, very good friend, and he is providing the meat. I can't tell you how to charge for that. It's one of those things. Yeah. Let's go. Okay, it's 1,000 gloves, baby. All right. Thank you very much, Kirk. I will look into it. As I said, Bucky's is selling better smokers than we can get in the hardware store out here. Yes, indeed, dude. I agree. Bucky's, the gas station, is selling better smokers than I can get on the East Coast and he can get on the West Coast. All right. Fantasy Barbecue says, here's one for you. Don't run yourself into the ground. Don't eat too much of your own product. Mix in some salads or you will end up in the hospital like I did. He says your colon will do that to you. Damn, man. That is, jeez. That is, woo. Captain Newbie says, is he reselling your efforts? No, I think he is having a party and he is getting all of the food for said party, but he's trying to get a man to cook for him. So trying to get Herman to cook for him. So yeah. Let's see. Jimmy says, how much loss do you plan on cooking shoulder versus butts? So Jimmy, when you're talking about now I almost always assume a 50% loss. Like, boom. 50% loss for briskets and shoulders. Chicken is about a 30% loss, so 70% yield. Yeah. Darnell says you can charge by the person. I do $30 to $35 a person. Wow. I won't say I wish I could get that, but yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. Shoot. Captain Newbie says 200 pounds is a big party. Yep. 200 pounds. You figure 200 pounds of meat is probably going to cook for probably between 80 and 100 people. That would be my guesstimation. So how many people are going to be there, Herman? Or how many people are going to be at this event that you're cooking for? Do you know? Mm. Herman says it's a friend of his. This is for his daughter's wedding. Well, is he contributing to the cooking as well, or is he just purchasing the meat? Because that is where it gets very, very tricky, very sticky. Because most people, when it comes to charging for cooking, we charge based off of the cost of the meat. So I don't have a good way to tell you what you could charge. Captain Newbie says, okay, that's what's up, you know. Laura says, do you add extra for people who sneak in extras? Yes and no. So when I usually quote an event, I usually recommend a half a pound of protein per person. And then I factor in a 25% overage for those people who are, you know, big eaters and or come and get seconds. Yep. So Herman, just like I said, just guessing off the top of my head, he says I'm thinking 100 people, and he's just purchasing the meat. Yeah. Oh, Barrio Cooker says I bought 5 briskets, total 80 pounds, 12 pounds of trimmings, and then after cooking, I ended up with 34 pounds of brisket that I served and was chopped for brisket sandwiches. 80, yeah, that's about right. So you probably trimmed your briskets more aggressively than I would trim my brisket. Because if I'm cooking 80 pounds or if I have 80 pounds of raw brisket, I'm going to yield 40 pounds. Like that's my, I won't say rule, but that's my go-to amount because of how I trim my brisket. If you're cutting off some of the meat, if you're rounding edges and doing this and that, you're probably going to have a lower yield. But the way that I trim my briskets, I ended up with about a 50% yield. Uh, let's see. So I know, so that amount of people, you can charge that price per head. Think about it. You've gone to events and paid $50 a plate. You might be right. I wouldn't. I don't know where you are, and I don't know what the market will bear, but I would say you could probably easily charge him, you know, between $1,000 and $2,500 to cook to do that food for him, and it probably would not be unreasonable. But this is a friend, and you know, one of those type things. It's hard. It's very tricky. This is why when people say, "Oh, I want to bring you the food," I don't accept the food from anybody. I want to be in control of the quality of the meat, of you know the handling, the safe handling of the meat, and if I know what the cost is, I know what I can charge. Let's see. Justin says charge 1.5 time minimum wage for all time plus cost of everything you need. That's a pretty decent starter, but 1.5 time minimum wage is I'm not working for that. Like what I'm doing, I've earned, I've paid my dues, and you're gonna pay me for my past paid dues. So let's put it that way. Um, Captain Newby says, Herman, you don't rock it? Be an early Herman, not like Blue. Kirk says 200 pounds of what meats and what you're smoking on will determine your labor costs. So Kirk brings up a very good point. Can you fit all of this food into your smoker at one time? That's a very, very valid, I won't say point, but valid, uh, topic of discussion. And so Kirk, he said that it was going to be 1.5 times. Still, that's only like $22.50, isn't it? Yeah, isn't it? 15 and a half is 7. 15 plus 7 is 22. $22.50. Like I said, my time is worth something. But Justin, I digress. Back to what Kirk is saying. Kirk, he was talking about cooking brisket and pork shoulder. You might have missed that. El Barrio Cooker says I sold 96 sandwiches. I was able to get 3 sandwiches per pound, and they were loaded down 1 cup per sandwich. Nice. Darnell said, like I said before, $35 a person. If you can get $35 a person, more power to you. But I'm telling you, Darnell, where you are, I know where you are geographically, and folks are willing to pay $35 per person, or could possibly be willing to pay $35 per person and not balk at it. But if I were to take where you are versus like where Kirk is on the Eastern Shore, Darnell, you are outside of DC. That amount just does not always translate directly. Kirk said my last gig broke down labor costs was like $42.75 per hour. Now we're getting close. Still not there yet, but we're getting close. Hey, Jimmy from Cuff and Stuff says, hold up. Time to hit the thumbs up. Hey, look, guys, if you haven't already, please do hit that thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it. Can somebody tell me how many thumbs up do I have currently, and why haven't you hit the thumbs up if you haven't hit the thumbs up already? It really does help me out, help me feel better about doing these live streams. It helps these videos, and it helps my channel. So if you could take a moment to hit that thumbs up, I'd greatly appreciate it. Let's see, I can do it too, Jimmy. How much would you pay if it was your party? That is a very valid question. But see, this is all part of the problem where it's subjective, Justin. You can't always, like, we know what the cost should be, and therefore we know what we would be willing to pay based off of what the cost should be. But someone who is doing an event or hosting an event or having an event does not always understand what the costs are and what all goes into it. Kirk says around here, $35 a person gets you a seafood and prime rib plates. Yeah. Dakota says 37, and I hit it. Thank you very much, Dakota. I greatly appreciate it. Barajas, is that? All right. Let's see. 37. Thumbs up. Herman says I have a custom-made smoker, and I can fit it all in one time, but it just seems like a lot. LOL. Thanks, everyone, for your advice. Not a problem. So one of the things I will tell you that I learned while I was in Texas, if you have never cooked that amount of food in your smoker before at one time, it probably will suck the heat out of your smoker, and it will take you longer than you think to cook. So with that being said, I'd start earlier than you think it's going to take you to cook it. Laura says, I see 25. She says, so sorry, 30, LOL. Dakota says, yep, that's right. All right. Barajas. All right. I like it when I get people's names correct. T-Rock says, y'all know y'all love Dash Wednesday Lives. Thumbs up, fam. Thank you, T-Rock, man. Man, look. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate cheers. I appreciate all of you guys who were hanging out. I greatly appreciate you hanging out with me. Like, you could be anywhere in the world, just like Jay-Z said, but you're here with me. Nice. Captain Newbie He's like, I'm not gonna let you forget. He says NOV is on the up. Hold on, we gotta take a moment. I gotta go check the ticker right now. So give me a second to look. I looked in on my stocks earlier today, and oh boy, I am down today. It was not a good day. Holy cow, $136 down. What in the world done happened? Marathon and Riot lost a bunch. Let's see. Goodness gracious. OLN dropped a bunch. Let's see what else. Vista dropped a bunch. Oh, gun talks, gun shares dropped. So there's probably something happening with the gun stocks. But I lost $136 today. Woo! That was 3% of my portfolio. So y'all can do the math. Let's see. NOV. NOV. What is NOV? NOV is on the move. Was oil and gas, huh? 1740. Yeah, I can't get into that right now. But there's some hefty losses today. Carnival lost a bunch too, 4.25%. Moderna dropped down. I'm kind of bummed. Moderna was up and then it was down, and like I really feel like I should get out when it hits 180 next again, because it's back down to 150. Anyway, back to the let's see. Outside of friends and family, I might even push $40 a person. Darnell says. Dakota says, thank you for all the content. Very helpful. I am hoping to get a catering situation going in the next year or two. Love your vids, dude. Appreciate all the good vibes and information you share. Salud and good luck to you, sir. Buena suerte contigo. I was in a barbershop today, and my barber, he didn't actually cut my hair today, but he cut my son's hair. He was talking about how he was going to the Dominican Republic. And I was telling him, I was like, oh, man, I've been in, everybody says the DR. I don't like saying the DR. I want to say Dominican Republic. So I said, I've been there. So I went there for my honeymoon, blah, blah, blah. And, I told him, he said, well, what made you go to DR? I said, a lot of people thought I was Puerto Rican or Dominican. I used to work at a beer and wine store when my wife and I first got, not together, but when we were about to get married. I was looking for some extra cash, little part-time job. And a lot of people, because the guy who owned the store was Puerto Rican. So a lot of people just assumed, hey, me being lighter in complexion, he was like, most people just assumed I was Dominican or Puerto Rican, and they would speak to me in Spanish. So working in the store, I got to learn a lot of Spanish. A good majority, a few of the guys who worked in the store were from Colombia, and their Spanish was not, or their English was not the best grammatically. But I would help them with English, and they would help me with Spanish. But I was telling my barber that, while I was in the Dominican Republic, these folks, they swore I was from the DR. They swore I was from the Dominican Republic. And I'm like, nope, I'm not. I'm from Philadelphia. Yeah. So definitely appreciate you, Dakota. Let's see. Kirk says that at that amount, I start a few hours early with brisket, rotate pork in towards the end of the cook, even if it comes off LOL early. A longer rest never killed anyone. Yes, indeed. Captain Newbie says I'm getting butt hurt. I see what you did there. Let's see. You're looking at the market at aftermarket prices. Yes, indeed. What's up, B? How you doing this evening? He said I made it. Dakota said finish brisket in the oven once it's wrapped too, if you need room for the pork. Well, he said he has like 200 pounds of stuff to cook, so he might not be able to fit enough briskets in the oven. just saying. And That's, I won't say part of my problem, but when I have bigger cooks, I know that it's going to take me longer time because of the fact that I have to finish everything in the smoker and I can't start cycling things into the house. Just because Captain Newbie says, I got 2 shares. Oh, okay. All right. This is crazy sellers week this week. I will say hold for now. Yeah. The Bears definitely had a big day. Yeah, buddy. Who you telling? Golly. I was busy today and I didn't get a chance to watch. Uh Fantasy Barbecue said people lost their minds again. How'd you learn the curve from going to a small cooker to a large cooker? Weber Smoky Mountain to a 300-gallon. So I've never cooked on a actual Weber Smoky Mountain, but I tell you, KJ, what I did was I cooked a fair amount of chicken before I got rolling in order to understand how the cooker cooked. If you go back on my channel and you look at, there's the video was called first cook on my 275-gallon oil drum or whatever it was called, oil tank heat, whatever, or oil heat tank, whatever it was called. I fired it up and I watched it. I just kind of saw how it worked. And then I put food in it. And by the time I got to cooking on it, I was dead tired. Yeah, the newbie says my portfolio looks like a red shot rag, and I will leave it at that. Darnell says you're not a trader. You can't look every day. You would kill yourself looking at the market if you are an investor. Nice. Darnell says if you want to be an investor, buy EFTFs or EFTs. It should be EFTs or ETFs. I don't know. What's up, Preston? He says, hey, yo. Fat fingered it. Let's see. Victor says the cost per person is also dependent on the perceived value. I can sell grilled or smoked salmon for more than meatloaf. Just saying. Totally agree there. And before I forget, Preston, definitely want to shout out PJ and Dino PJ, even though they might not be listening. In case they are not, get them. Hurry up. Tell them to hurry up and come in here so I can say hi to them. PJ, Dino PJ, hopefully you're having a great time with school. It's almost over. Just relish in that fact, fellas. It is almost summertime. Yeah, Dakota says, oh, damn, LMAFO, 200 pounds. Okay, that's true. Yep, probably can't fit all of that into the oven. Whatever, Preston. Preston's one of those, I have 39 accounts and I'm going to come and troll you with you know what? This is for you, Preston. We're going to sit here just like this. We got the freshie, we got a fresh hat on. First Love says, yo, Dash, how you doing this evening, sir? Let's see. B says, we got a big order going out tomorrow. I'll be off and on. Nice. So First Love says, wow, when did you start using StreamYard? That's what I use. Well, First Love, so what had happened was I tried to use my phone to do the live stream tonight, and it was not working out. It did some sort of update yesterday or this morning, and it has been acting funky all day. And I just have not dug into what the problem could be, but I've been having issues all day with my phone. Urban Culture Kitchen says, sup, bros? There's some dudes and dudettes here tonight, so you got to say hi to everybody. Fantasy Barbecue says, I always do the biscuit. I always do the biscuit test every new smoker. All right. I don't do the biscuit test. I will just cook chicken. That's my go-to. Let's see. Kirk said that video was what got me started and how I found you from there. The rest is history. Mad love for your brother. You helped me go from backyard to blowing up. Well, you know what, Kirk? We got a little bit left. I'll definitely drink to that. Nice. All right. So Darnell says yes, ETFs or REITs. All right, I'm gonna have to how do I nice. I'm gonna have to let's see what I can do. Nope. Fantasy Barbecue says 44 thumbs up, Dash. Thank you very much for the reminder. And if you have not hit that thumbs up button for me, I would greatly appreciate it if you could. Please and thank you. Preston says they're at grandma's for a month. We have homeschooled ours, all right, for 3 or 4 years now. Nice, dude. That's what's up. ETFs aren't cheap. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm not there. When are you getting your pellet grill? Come over to the dark side. I have a pellet grill. Do you not watch my? I have a Traeger. I know I don't cook on it very often, but I have a Traeger. Actually, I won't say I don't cook on it very often. I don't post videos when I cook on it, but the Traeger is probably the most used video, or actually not video, cooker that I have, period. So KJ says thanks for the info. Hello from Toronto, Canada. Nice. All right, Rick. Here we go. Rick, I'm kind of bummed I did not get a chance to come down to San Antonio and say what's up and meet you in person and hear you utter the hello, hello, hello in person. Russell says, let's give it a like. Yes, indeed. Urban Culture Kitchen says, hello, Canadian family. Yes, indeed. Oh, man. Preston. He kids. You know, it's all love, Preston. It's all love. All love. Gabriel says, sup, vato? Nada conmigo. ¿Cómo estás? I'd rather buy ETFs over chasing a single stock. Yep. Let's see. First Love says, I always wanted to ask this question. Uh-oh. Did the channel come first and then the cooking, or the cooking first, then the channel? So First Love, my channel was started before I started cooking on YouTube. I was doing other things on YouTube, and then I had a friend asked me about, he wanted some barbecue information. And I said, you know what? I'm going to put this information on YouTube for you to see. So, and like the channel was there, but I started posting videos of me cooking, and it really wasn't anything but me saying, hey, I bought this really nice smoker or a really big smoker. I'm going to put this somewhere just because. And that's kind of how it started. How was my draft? It was okay. No, I don't. I don't watch the draft. Yeah. Captain Enemy says StreamYard is it's one of those things where I really would love to get rid of this thing here, but I got to pay for it, and I'm kind of cheap. I'd rather spend money on stuff like this than StreamYard stuff. But I'm sure I could write it off because it's a business expense. Let's see. Kirk says I just got a pellet grill now too for the Camper Pitballs Pro Series 1100. Nice. That's pretty cool, Kirk. Laura says she needs more coffee. No worries. Rick says, yeah, you were close enough, and I could feel the dark side of the barbecue force in the air. What's so funny, Rick? I got down. Well, you saw where I was. Hopefully you saw where I was, but we were south of. I can't remember what the name of the town or city was, but we were south of New Braunfels, so we were that much closer. We were like 45 minutes south of Austin, so I was that much closer to you. See, Dave says almost 50 likes. Hey, if you haven't already hit that thumbs up button, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could. It really does help the channel. Mike says a little bit Mike says a little bit of F and a little bit of U, or it's a little bit of it. All right. So when someone asks me what I season my X, Y, or Z with, I said it's a little bit of F and a little bit of U. So that's one of those inside jokes. If you want to look at OTCs, Sundown, Alpine Pathways. I can't write these down. Oh man, I didn't forget about Pong, but it's one of those things where I looked a time or two at Pong and I just haven't purchased any. Let's see how good you are. What are the very first cook you did on the channel? What was the very first cook I did on the channel? I'm trying to think. I believe it was chicken wings. Because when I got the big smoker, I believe it was chicken wings because I was like completely amazed at how it cooked. If it wasn't wings, it was. Yeah, just walk through here. You doing all that sneaking, it makes it worse. Anyway. Whoop, 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 whoop. Hold up. Let's see. JG, what's up with you? He says, what up? What's up, Dash? Guns and Barbecue, what's going on, man? How you doing this evening? I might have missed you when you popped in. You don't have to pay for StreamYard unless you want some of their advanced features. Just doing your live stream once a week. A free version would be fine for me. Yeah, I kind of agree, but like this advertising, it bugs me. It really does. Captain Newbie says, sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, 30, 45 minutes away from where I live in San Antonio. Next time. Yes, indeed, Rick. Next time. I will try to plan things out a little bit better. Jimmy says, Darnell, I see you don't spend all your time on barbecue. Nope. Captain Newbie says he dropped the pig in the blanket. We're not going to talk about that. That was a sad day. Oh, wait, let's see. Let's see. Grumpus. Sorry, Grumpus. I didn't check. I haven't checked the email in a while, but I see you replied, so I will shoot you the link. Let's see. Rick, did I send you the message? It's okay. How I cook takes the fun out. I figure out to cook on a drum. Got to get a tune. I finally appreciate your tips. When the food hits rat phase, it'll go into the pit boss. All right, that's what's up. Fantasy and unicorns. I like that. I like that. Beats says, I'll tell you what's been a big hit down here. Packaged meats. I've been selling out of brisket, sausage, and bacon by the pound as fast as I can make it. That's what's up. Congratulations. Mike says, what's your favorite way to prepare your barbecue for your own consumption? I'll tell you what, Mike, I cook for the most part, probably like 75, 80% of the things I cook for myself to eat are the same way I would be cooking it for anyone else. The whole thing is I developed the way I like to prepare my food for myself, and then started preparing it for other people at the same way. I'm not one of these people, I won't say I'm not, but I don't experiment the whole bunch. I don't do this or I don't do that. I kind of like, I have the way that I like stuff, and that's like it. So, unfortunately, my first couple of shows were on a free version. The only reason I'm paying $25 a month now, so I can have more than 6 people in my live stream and a little branding. Yes, indeed. Chef Orel, he's always fun to talk to. He says, "What's Gucci?" Chilling, man. Chilling. How you doing now? Out in Las Vegas, getting warm. I'm gonna take the hat off. Me too. Sausages sell out in under an hour, Kirk says. Yeah, good luck with that. Let's see. First off, it says StreamYard is only good for broadcasting on multiple platforms at the same time. All right. Unfortunately, I'm only broadcasting to YouTube currently. So, Guns Barbecue says, nah, you didn't miss me. I'm late as usual. I mean, there's some folks that I know are going to be here. Hey, what do you have over there? What are you doing? Man, why are you eating more brisket? You see me glaring at him like this? Because he's eating all the leftover brisket. Big E! How you doing this evening? He said, what's good from Louisville? Nice. Kirk said, that's me next. Learning curve pack is good and labeled requirements, figuring it out. So let's see. Grumpus.
Hey, everybody.
How you doing this evening, sir?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah, Grumpus is having a better luck, a better time with his sound than I was having with mine. You know, like I said, my phone updated today, and those of you who are on iPhones, say what you will about the iPhone and everything like that. Look, Grumpus is even like framing the picture. Did you see?
You weren't supposed to see that.
Yes, nothing.
I didn't want my head to be bigger than yours.
Let's see here. I can.
There you go.
I can. Let's see. Can I? Oh, whoa. There you go. Now, all right. I can. It's. Oh, darn it. How can I get? Anyway, we'll just do that.
We just lean in.
Yeah. You know, let me. But Grumpus, I didn't miss that, man. I saw you do that. I'm like, what the heck is he doing? He's look at him. Tuning the camera to man. Grumpus is he's way ahead of my level.
Trying to please the masses.
Yeah, definitely understand about pleasing the masses.
Hey, so I want to throw my 2 cents worth in on this 200 pounds of meat.
Oh yeah, well yeah, please let's help Herman. Herman, are you still there? Are you still hanging out, or did you kind of hang in? You know, pop in and dip off?
So does Herman cater already, or is this something just came up?
It sounds like it's something that just came up. And I apologize, Grumpus. I did not see your message for
that's no sweat.
For a while. Let's see. Nope, that's the wrong. All right, I'm going back so I can make sure I keep an eye on the message in case anyone wants to, and I'll open up the invitation. In case anyone wants to join us like Grumpus is joining us, you are more than welcome. All you have to do is shoot me an email, and I will reply with the link so that you can join us. So, Grumpus, unfortunately, we don't have a whole bunch of information, but we know that it was about 200 pounds of food that he was cooking for a friend's daughter's wedding.
Is he looking to get into catering?
It's one of those things, and it doesn't look like Herman is piping up. So, unfortunately, we can't answer that question.
Because if it's a friend and he wants to do it, pro bono,
yeah,
there's nothing wrong with him to keep that from getting out of hand. To stipulate that would be like a wedding gift from him, or if he's looking to get something started with the catering, that's a perfect opportunity.
Agreed.
To get some flyers and some business cards and stuff like that
or some pens
to hand out,
or some coasters.
Exactly. Perfect.
Some stickers. I don't have any stickers. They're all outside on the on that little mechanics cart that I have on the side of the house.
But that's a perfect opportunity for him to meet a whole bunch, or let a whole bunch of people meet him.
Correct.
And they may have events coming up.
Leverage that. Leverage that exposure, and use that as a springboard or jumping off point. So
okay, he says
go ahead.
He's done this before.
Oh, he did reply. Oh no, he's still here. All right.
But not this big.
Okay. All right. So let me see. Let me get caught up on the comments real quick.
Go ahead.
Big E says, bro, you having too much fun in Texas, man. I had a hell of a time. 7 days in Texas. I didn't know how to act. The next video in the series, or day 4, is up tomorrow. I kind of like took a break because I was tired. Like, oh man, look, Grumpus, I can do that. I can do that too. I've got a Grumpus sticker, but I was tired, so I took some time off, and I had some things to take care of around the house. So I didn't get a chance to sit down and edit, but I did edit the day 4 video today, which is what you guys will see. If you hang out a little while, I'll shoot you guys the link. But I did edit that video today, which will go live tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern, which was the cook day 1, but day 4, me being in Texas. So Sean says, what up? What's going on with you? Darnell says, Grumpus is the man. I cannot agree with you more, Darnell.
Well,
but you know what? I kind of say, yeah, man. Darnell is he's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
If you're asking, I saw. What is that? I don't know. Captain Newbie says, loving the shirts, Grumpus. Definitely loving the shirts.
Gotta be me.
You know, it's so funny. Grumpus put out a video and he was not in a Hawaiian shirt, and it completely went over my head. Victor pointed it out. He says, did you see Grumpus's video? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, no, did you see Grumpus's video? And I'm like, yes, Victor, I watched this video. Like, what are you getting at? He's like, he didn't. Like, it took him a half an hour, 45 minutes before he finally texted me, and he's like, he didn't have on a Hawaiian shirt. And I was like,
that's months ago. Victor still can't get over it.
Listen, I at this point, he brought it to my attention, and it's one of those things that I can never unsee. Grumpus did not have on a Hawaiian shirt. I'm zooming back out so you guys can see Grumpus in all of his Hawaiian shirt glory. And I give you permission to call out Grumpus whenever he wears a flannel.
There you go.
That seems to be it. He's got 2 speeds. He's got Hawaiian shirt or flannel.
If it's flannel, it got below 60.
All right, below 60. Well, shoot. I mean, it's hoodie weather right now here, and it is definitely below 60. Let's see. Comrade says, I picked up a used 2-inch insulated gravity fed smoker and need some TLC, but excited nonetheless. Have I used one before? I have not used an insulated gravity fed smoker. It's one of those things where if the fundage allows, the gravity type of cooker would be the next. But I just, I got other things to take care of. Kirk says, Grumpus, what's good with you, brother?
Just surviving like everybody else.
Sure enough, man.
I got through my third Monday this week.
Man.
Only 2 more to go.
Look, we're not gonna talk about that. He said it's third Monday. Somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
The Monday blues.
Let's see. All right. So Herman says he's still here. He does cook for others, but I have never cooked this amount of meat at one time. He says, no, I have a business, but this is by far the largest that I have ever been asked to do. So, all right, well, that gives us some insight. And I know I'm behind in the comments. The comments come and I kind of talk and we BS and things like that. So you guys have to bear with me if you have not or do not already know. I'm doing my best here, trying to make sure I speak to everybody and answer all of the comments and do it in a timely fashion. Captain Newbie was like, wait a minute, Mo Butter, baby. What's up, Smoking Joe's Pit and Barbecue? How you doing this evening, sir? He's also checking in from Texas. Big E says, how are my kidneys? My kidneys are fine. My liver is what I, think will never recover from that trip to Texas. Uh-oh. Kirk says, how do I get a Grumpus sticker? Trade? I think one of mine made it to Dash's mug. Yes, indeed. So, yep. Here, hold on. Let me move. I got all this liquor around me. Let me move that bottle. And you're not on the mug, Kirk. You're on this is the half-gallon container here. So this is Kirk's sticker. He's
That's pretty cool.
Short Billy Barbecue. And oh look, I got some space there. So if you would like to send a sticker, feel free. The PO box is always down in the description. But Grumpus's sticker, actually, you know what, Kirk? I think I have some extras of Grumpus, so I might be able to cut out the middleman, and I might send you something. So if you ask nicely. Darnell says, every time I go TDY for my environmental training, they stress wearing Hawaiian t-shirts. Why is that? Please, Darnell, or maybe Grumpus, why would wearing a Hawaiian t-shirt or a shirt, period, what does that do? What does that do for you?
I have no idea. May want to lose him in the woods.
Look, here, speaking of Victor, he says, Grumpus, is it the shirt or is it the man?
People put up with me to get close to the shirt.
Ooh, very well played, sir. Very well played. Joe says, hey there, Grumpus. I guess Joe's live stream is ended. Joe did a live stream earlier, and it's so funny. I can tell when Joe's live stream ends because I get a bump in viewers. So if you haven't already, or if you're checking in from Joe's live stream, please hit that thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it. Captain Newbie says, I haven't pellet smoked yet. Well, you haven't lived if you haven't used the pellet cooker. Let's see. Ooh, KB says maybe a flannel under the Hawaiian when it gets cold out.
You
as
might have
opposed to just
something
going
there.
straight flannel.
You might have something there.
It's like wearing a like a thermal shirt underneath of like your t-shirt.
Yeah, like flannel long johns.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Let's see. Justin said, I guess I need to send a smaller sticker to make it to the cup. So Justin, so funny because I have three drinking vessels here. So this is my hot cup. This is my cold cup. All right. This is my cold cup. And then this is my half-gallon hot or cold. It kind of depends on the season what I'm putting in this one. But like I rotate and I use the three of these, I won't say interchangeably, but almost on a daily basis. So funny, when I went to Texas, Jamie was like, how on brand that you came to Texas and you brought the cup with you? I'm like I drink from the cup all the time. So, and it's one of those things where I bring the hot and the cold cup. Like I don't. Speaking of which, it's crazy. Brian from Patriot Barbecue, he gave me a new cup, and it's tucked away. Like it's in a special place. I want to say I don't want to use it yet, but I feel like, Brian, I won't use yours until something happens, something catastrophic happens to this cup, my cup. Like I'll use a pen until the ink dries out type person. So unless I lose the pen or something happens, I will hold on to it. Gabriel, how you doing this evening? He says, Grumpus. Mike was talking about his cook. He said, I was worried I didn't have enough meat, but I did. You know what? You just have to have enough to sell out and make a little bit of profit, and that's about it. Wayne says, do any of you guys ever do comps? I'm thinking about it, but being new to this country, I don't really know anyone. Not so much fun on your own. So, Wayne, I will tell you this. The first competition I did was my very first competition, first competition. Now, one of the things I would recommend is the SCA, or the Steak Cook-Off Association events. I highly recommend those as opposed to, and I'm sorry, I'm getting a little warm here. The bourbon has kicked in. So I had on, this is like a dry fit type shirt underneath my, barbecue shirt earlier. So I'm like, whew. Anyway, Wayne, at SCA event, Grumpus, do you do any competitions?
No, I've never done any. I can't. It seems to me like it'd be a great way to meet new people, though.
And that's what I was getting at. When I did my first competition, it was like, it was crazy. Not for nothing, and this is obviously your mileage may vary, but there were people who knew who I was at the first competition. There was one guy who was like, dude, he's like, I watch you on YouTube. I'm like, what? Thanks for subscribing. He was like, I'm not subscribed, but I watch you on YouTube. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm that old fuddy-duddy person that doesn't subscribe to anyone. He's like, I just watch everybody. He's like, I know who I'm watching, and YouTube does a good job of suggesting you to me all the time. I was like, well, why don't you just subscribe? He was like, nope. He's like, it's not personal. He's like, I don't subscribe to anyone. He's like, I just watch stuff on YouTube. I'm like, okay. And then I met someone else who also was a subscriber, and he was like, and it was kind of one of those. He's like, hey, do you have a YouTube channel? I was like, I do. And he's like, man, Dash, you're Dash. I knew it was you. And I was like, okay, I don't know what to do. So Wayne, I tell you, it is one of those things where you get to know some of the people, especially if they're local, and you can use that to segue into I won't say a meaningful relationship, but a friendship. Like definitely the people who compete, they're more like family than they are friends, because the people who compete, at least the folks who competed with me at that SCA event, they were like bar none, top-notch folks, and they all knew each other. Let's see. Kirk says, how many y'all have stickers? I have a beer fridge I'm trying to cover. Who wants to trade? There you go. So hit Kirk up on Instagram. Laura says, hey, Gabriel. Yes, indeed. Let's try and catch up. Captain Newbie says, dude, I'm ripped. I am not ripped. I am fluffy. I'm not ripped. I'm fluffy. Easy Bake says, evening, Dash. Well, hello to you, sir. How's everything? Wait, you own a shirt without my logo on it? Yes, I do. But this is a shirt that I wear underneath my shirt that has my logo on it. I feel like, did you not see the live stream last week? I wore a shirt with someone else's logo on it. I was representing Crimson Creek. All right. So, I was representing Crimson Creek Smokehouse last week on the live stream. And, I feel like my head is crooked, but it's not actually my head. I'm sitting a little off from, here we go. I'm going to trick the camera so that the hat is straight. Because if I put the hat straight on my head, because of where the camera is, it's off. Grumpus is cracking up because he's like, I'm watching. You're crazy. Like I know what you're doing there. Because Grumpus is like, wait, let me frame it in, and then I got to get 2/3. Right. Yo, man, I got to get that center hash on my nose. Yeah, I know what you mean. Look, perfect timing. Speaking of Crimson Creek, the man, the myth, the Marcus is here from Crimson Creek BBQ. So Captain Newbie says, y'all subscribe, right? So if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. I would greatly appreciate it. So Marcus, they were giving me grief about your hat. They were like, it looks kind of worn. I was like, because it's distressed. They're like, but it looks kind of beat up. I'm like, it's supposed to look that way. So it was just funny. Let's see. Darnell says, hit me up on Facebook under this name, or the @StarvingPigBBQ on Instagram, and I will get you some info. So Darnell, hopefully you're talking to Kirk, but maybe you're talking about in general for the stocked and the ETFs that you were talking about. Justin says, Kirk, I'll trade you. What's your Instagram name? He is Shore Billy Barbecue. Thinking about doing a local comp? Well, good luck, Mike. Good luck, definitely. But you know what? I'll tell you what, Mike, here's something I learned from doing the competition. Humility, all right? Because I got my tail handed to me. I just knew my food was good, man. I just knew it was good, and I did the test cooks, and man, it was so good when we did it at home. But the flavor is subjective, and the competitions are subjective. So yeah, you have to cook and understand who you're cooking for, and cater you're cooking to them, which is unfortunate because you want to cook the best thing that you can cook. But if you like something different than what the judges are expecting, you're not going to do well. Ask me how I know. Let's see. Kirk definitely will. Grumpus. Anyone else want to trade with me? Insta Facebook website or SureBillyBarbecue@yahoo.com. Hey, Laura, I wish I could take full credit for that. You know, I'm a fan of Gabriel and Claire. I'm like, I'm fluffy. I'm solid, but I'm still fluffy. Yeah. The newbie says, I guess the startup was an ID10T problem, huh? Yep. Those of you guys who do not know what an ID10T problem is, that is a computer for saying idiot. And the whole thing is like whenever I would write this out, it would be a letter I, D-E-E, the number 10, and then T-E-E. You know, I would say there was an ID10 or ID10T error. Or it would be in because you know people would be like if you put EYE DEE 10 TE, they were like why like I like your eye. So but the ID10T is old school. Like you can tell the computer folks who know what an ID10T error is, just like a PEBCAC, right, Rumpus?
Yep.
There you go. PEBCACs and ID10Ts. Whoa, buddy.
Don't even get me started on FUBAR.
Man, look, there are 1-0 types of people in the world: those who know binary and those who don't.
That's it.
That's one of my favorites. And then here's another one. Those of you IT folks out there, there's no place like 127.0.0.1.
I heard that one.
You never heard that one before?
Never heard that one.
What? Oh man, Grumpus. Shoot.
I don't get out much.
Oh man, but you know what's so funny? You know what 127.0.0.1 is, right?
No.
What? No, 127.0.0.1 is the home, is home for IPv4 for your networking. Man, yeah, I'm showing my computer geek right now.
I'm drawing a blank on that one.
Oh, yeah. So that is like how you phone home. You ping 127.0.0.1. All right. So Victor says, howdy. Marcus Preston says, howdy, stranger. It's been a minute. Yes, it has. Preston used to live locally, and he has now moved. I think he's in North Carolina, South Carolina. He's in one of the Carolinas. There's only two, so I got a 50% chance of getting that right. So let's see. I guess we are starting a sticker swap. Marcus McNack says sticker swap. He says hit him up at Crimson Creek Barbecue on Instagram. All right. So Darnell says that's for Wayne or anyone who wants competition info or just wants to follow him. So definitely I won't say understand, but definitely appreciate Darnell reaching out and being available to help folks. Yeah. Mike says, I expect to get my butt beat. Well, Mike, I mean, it is, I won't say don't go into it expecting to get your butt beat. Go in to, Grumpus, how do you say it? Like go in.
Just go in and have a good weekend.
There you go.
Drink some beers, meet some people.
Oh, yeah. Do
definitely your best. Pat yourself on the back. Drinking
is all part of the competition. And it's so funny because one of the competitions I was in, one of the guys was like, here, everybody's doing shots. And I'm like, I ain't doing a shot with this fool because I ain't trying to have him let me get messed up. But it's so funny. The SCA event, this guy, his name is, why can't I think of his name? But he went to the SCA championship. So like the world finals for the SCA event, he went, and I cannot remember, was it Dr. Pearl? Like Dr. Pearl's Barbecue, I think it was his name, and then real cool dude, real cool cat. He kind of took me under his wing, and he was like, dude, I see you on YouTube. Like I looked at your video from because when I saw him the second year, he was like, I saw your video from last year. Let me give you a bit of pointers, and he tried to help me out. Oh, Preston said he's in Tennessee. Well, I just screwed the pooch on that one. Dave says, "Hey mate, good day from Australia. Keep up the good work." I was expecting great work, but David, I definitely appreciate you hanging out. And yeah, Fantasy Barbecue said, "We're at 59 likes, so let's see. Can we get 75 likes? Can we get 75?" Captain Newbie says, "Too much, Dash. Too much." Sticker swap. Easy Bake says sticker swap email is easybakebarbecue@gmail.com. So those of you guys taking notes, yeah. Preston said I was on vacation at the Steel Bar Hotel. Well, that's awesome. Captain Newbie says I can sense good people. Well, cool. Captain Newbie says, "Hey, down under." You know, it'd be one of those things like we need to be able to invert the video or the text so David can read it without having to like crane his neck, because you know everything's upside down. Everything's projected as upside down. So hey, look, if anybody would like to join the live stream and hang out and talk with us tonight, Grumpus is like, "Hey, I'm going to hang out and I'm free." So Grumpus has this killer like podcasting video setup where it's just like his light is framed perfectly.
You know,
His audio is like spectacular.
You know, with all them cookers you got, you know all about hobbies that get out of hand.
Oh man, we're not even gonna talk about it.
All of my hobbies aren't in the backyard.
Look, I understand. Hey, look, I understand because I have a couple hobbies that are it's one of those things where it's like wait, you do that too? Yeah, yeah.
If I could settle down on one hobby, maybe I could get good at one of them.
Man, who you telling? Definitely want to shout out Marcus. Thank you, sir. Definitely got, oh man, CQ, QRZ. Captain Newbie said probably got a ham radio.
Nope.
No? All right. CQ, QRZ. I in high school, man. High school was 23 years ago, but I remember I graduated 23 years ago, but I remember my sophomore, my junior year, we had a ham radio club, and boom, I remember being on the radio. It was so funny though. I bought a CB radio for my car, and it's a portable one. It just plugs into the cigarette adapter, and you stick your antenna on the back of the car. And man, oh man, talking to truckers and hanging out with truckers and folks on the ham radios.
I probably got a couple CB radios up in the attic of my garage.
Man, talk about a good time. Person said I'm coming to Maryland next month for some crabs and good barbecue. Can't wait. Nice. KB said I'm a ham. One of those. One of my hobbies in the past. Nice. I never did it. Yeah. Here, David says, anyone going to Memphis in May this year? I have been to 5 and missed the smell and great times. The barbecue family is worldwide. Nice. David, that is what's up. Coming to the States just to go to Memphis in May. Nice. Look, Captain Newbie says 78 Cutlass stock got me into it. Nice. A CB came with the Cutlass? Really? Well, did you know Oldsmobile was actually GM's top level vehicle or brand? Most people think Cadillac was GM's top level brand, but Oldsmobile was the top level brand, or meant to be the top level brand, because it was GM's test bed. It's one of those little known facts. Let's see. Justin said, get a Bofang ham radio for $25. What is that? Let's see.
That must have been top of the line in its day.
Bofang. Wait. Oh, what was top of the line? The Cutlass?
No. The radio he's talking about.
Hopefully I spelled it right. Bofang ham radio. Oh yeah. All right. Well, I see. Let's see. Amazon has it. Survey says, well, this one says it's $80. We're gonna have to. Oh, look, I'll visit the Bofang store. Mobile radios, handheld, AM, FM, accessories. All right. Well, I'll check that out later. Justin, thank you very much. Captain Newbie says, I guess it can't stop. Preston says, Dash, you still selling barbecue, or will you be next month? So, Preston, you need to get at me, man. Let's see. There's my email on the screen. Shoot me a message and let me know when you're going to be in the area, and I can figure out how I can get you some barbecue. Laura says, we use CB radios to tell our other hunting buddies, new kids on the block, COs in the woods. Nice. Nice. You got to watch out for the popo, right, Laura? Definitely. So what's crazy is I use the CBs, kind of like how, and it was one of those things, look, Grumpus is probably going to laugh again because I'm adjusting my hat to be crooked so it looks straight on the screen here. He gets it. He gets it, framing perfectly. Anyway, we used the CBs when we were heading out to Ocean City to communicate, because we would be in not a convoy per se, but usually, I mean, back in the day, we used to have, 10, 15 cars rolling deep, and the person in the front and the person in the back would have a CB so they could so we could communicate while we were rolling down the road, making sure that we kept a tight group, or, kept a tight convoy, more or less, and made sure no one got lost or left behind. But we have since adopted using just like a walkie-talkie, because as we're rolling, the signal will travel with us. And the newer walkie-talkies have a range of like a mile, like line of sight a mile. So driving, not even a quarter of a mile apart, we could all talk on the radios and shoot for $20-$25 from freaking Kmart. We were all able to get walkie-talkies, and we bought 2 packs. So we bought 2 packs of walkie-talkies, and like the core group of us, it was like 4 or 5 of us that had walkie-talkies, and like we would talk and laugh and joke the whole like 3-hour ride down to Ocean City from the Baltimore area. It was a great time.
That had to be quiet to listen to.
Oh man, we would
all that noise on the CB.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk on the CB, a lot of chatter. But you know what's crazy? Like, I haven't plugged in a CB radio in quite a while to like see what I was getting. There are certain times basically, or areas where I could get, like, I was getting people from friggin' like down in like, I feel like North Carolina, South Carolina, where I was like hearing them talking.
Working the skip.
Shoot, I don't know what it was. Let's see. Mike says, I'm waiting for Dash to build a studio set to hear Dash say, welcome to the studio of Dash. I don't know about that now. I don't have a place in my house. Like, my wife has a space, my boys have a space. I just kind of get in where I can fit in. So, let's see. Wait, here we go. And this is the one I wanted. Russ says, I'm going to cry over lost cars. We're not going to talk about that. Fat Man Barbecue. Oh, here we go. Fat Man Barbecue says, hey guys, how you guys doing this evening, Fat Man? Alex Bayer says, hi all. AB says, CBs were social media cell phone party line of the older days. I met a ton of people on the radio back then. Like I said, man, that whole CQ, QRZ, man, that was how you did it. Or, it was one of those, I remember like chats back in the day, and it would be like ASL. Those of you who know what ASL stands for, Mario, it's me. How you doing this evening? Laura says, we did guys shoot the wrong moose, wanted our cow tag. Nope. So we could tell them that something is up with other hunters. Yeah, I bet. Justin said, I bought 2 CBs 2 years ago, nothing but crickets. So it might just be your area, or you're not close enough to like a truck route. I'm not very far from 95 and or 695, which is the beltway around Baltimore. So I hear I heard a lot of folks talking on the CB that were truckers. Rick said, I leave for 10 minutes and now Grumpus is here, looking like Magnum PI's dad. Dun, 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 dun. Ding, 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 ding.
I wish I had my boy's car.
I was about to say, but Grumpus, you know, I know he doesn't drive a red Ferrari. So let's see. Captain Newbie says, we drove from New Jersey to Myrtle Beach with 2 Ma Bell walkie-talkies between 2 cars, and we're ordering McDonald's. And when we got there, they had security too. Oh, man. Says Captain Newbie says, you had to see him chase us. Here's a good one. Fat Man Barbecue says, are you worried about the tick up prices on meat? Oh, gosh. Yes. But I tell you, I won't say I liken this to how the prices of meat went up during the pandemic, but I can kind of tell people, the people who really, really, really want food, I can just tell them like point blank, hey, my costs have gone up. And, you know, some folks understand and other folks will be like, what you said. And those are the ones that I'm like, yep, you're absolutely right. I'm not going to go above and beyond. I'm going to give you the bare minimum. But those people who are willing to pay a little bit more, those are the ones that are going to get a little extra because they support. Kirk says, when and where are you going to be? At Preston? Yeah. Alex says, I use my CB all the time. Well, Alex, where are you? Urban Culture Kitchen says, hello, Justin. Rick says, y'all need to do a collab together. We will see. I kind of, you know, I need to get down there and cook with Kirk. I just know that cooking with Kirk is going to be trouble for my liver yet again. He is always trouble for my liver. When I met Kirk, he tried to drink me under the table. Like, I had deliveries to do in Ocean City, and he had me so torn up. It was not funny. Like, it wasn't funny at all.
It looked like Marcus was on a mission too.
Yeah, I think he underestimated just I don't know if he underestimated my drinking ability, but I'm not a slouch. I'm definitely not a slouch, and you know, yeah. But look, I'm not even gonna lie and tell you, Marcus, that man can drink too. I'm just gonna leave it at that. All right. As much as you see me, you know, drinking and stuff like that, but goodness gracious. Guns and Barbecue says, Dash, where can I find your email? So it is scrolling across the screen, but I know those folks, or there could be some folks that might be visually impaired. So I will read my email. My email is MD. So that's Mary Delta Steel Drum Smokers @gmail.com. If you want me to spell it out phonetically, I can. Just let me know. Again, that's MD as in Maryland, and then it's Steel Drum Smokers @gmail.com. Urban Culture Kitchen says, please, business is business, bro. Being nice, don't pay the bills. Look, this one's getting showcased. He is absolutely correct.
Well, anybody's going to try to beat you down on your price, they go to the grocery store. They know what's up. Yep.
But you know what's so crazy though, Grumpus? There's a lot of folks that are just out of touch with reality.
I agree.
They don't understand, like, or they are so, I'm gonna say, so out of touch that they don't care how much things cost. They just buy it, and you know, like me, I'm looking at the price tag of stuff. I you know, the cost of things is determining what I buy and when. But there are plenty of people who just like, oh, I need to go get this, I need to go get that, and they'll pick up the first thing they see, and it's not a you know, it's not a problem. So
yeah, but those aren't the people who are going to try to beat you down on your price.
You'd be surprised
who really
will beat you. Oh man, the people who have the most money keep their money by being the penny pinchers, man.
Well, that's true.
I've seen some, you know, I won't say chintzy, but I've seen some tight wads, basically, and they have, you know, yeah. All right, we go back to remember, I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. That movie, I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. Chris Rock is in the rib joint, and he's like, how much for a rib? And he's like, let me get a rib. And Jim Brown's like, one order ribs, and he's like, no, one rib. I want one rib. he's trying to order a single rib. Like, who does that, right? And then when it comes to pay, his order was like $2.50. He's like, you got Chris Rock's like, you got change for 100. So there are people who are just tightwads, and they will be the ones that will beat you up and nickel and dime you. So
that's how they keep their money, I guess.
Exactly. You know, the richest people are the ones who are the most unassuming. Let's see. Look, BS Texas needs to come up. We'll let them sleep in the garage. Man, I don't know if you could come up to my house. I don't have space. Like, you know, I won't say everybody, but I don't have any extra rooms in my house. Like, yeah. Urban Culture Kitchen says he had to adjust his prices. Yep. Easy Bake said, I just wanted to pop in and smash the like button. Catch you later. Thank you very much. I definitely appreciate it. Let's see. Urban Culture Kitchen says, can't please everybody. Man, no truer words. RB in the city. Let's see. Kurt asked what's your schedule look like for the 28th. I'm going to be up there in the city by Mercy, you know. Yep. Kurt, you know the math. Hit me up, man. I will make sure I cook for you. I know I have to do something on the 22nd. I don't have anything. Actually, the 28th is Memorial Day weekend, I believe, and I might not be in town. But just hit me up. Carson Q says his email is no. It's not MD. It's not MD SDS. It's actually the full words: Steel Drum Smokers. I didn't want to confuse anybody. But yeah, most of those short abbreviations and acronyms like that are already taken up on Gmail. So Rick says, I work at a high-end barbecue store. I had a guy roll up in a nice Range Rover and tried to get a lower price on a high-end grill. He said, move along. Definitely. But I mean, that's the truth, man. You know, the people who have the most money are the ones that are the tightest wads, man. They're penny pinching. All right, look, those of you guys who are still here, I definitely appreciate you being here. And I want to make sure you guys can see the video. And I got to tighten up the thumbnail for tomorrow because I didn't actually fix the thumbnail for tomorrow. But those of you guys who are still here and hanging out, there is the link for the video. So you can see a day 4, cook day 1, Austin trip day 4. And it was a good day. We had a good day and we got to cooking and I sat down and talked with Marcus. So half of the video was me talking with Marcus and it was a great time. I'm sad that I'm not in Texas anymore.
So how did how successful was the event y'all were doing?
It was very successful. And I know I kind of like left y'all all on a hook, you know, kind of like in limbo. But once we started cooking, Grumpus, I was about cooking. I wasn't about filming the video.
I understand that.
And
no harm, no foul.
Yep. And that was it. Like once we started cooking, it was like, all right, we gotta like focus. And it was razor focused, man. We cooked for 3 days straight, like 3 days straight. It did work out I won't say in the end, but it definitely did work out. The food was we had enough food. We served everyone, you know, right. Everything was warm and prompt. It really did work out. Victor says, I'm at the dock, so I'll let you folks go. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you, Victor.
Good night, Victor.
Thank you very much for hanging out. Definitely appreciate you hanging out and listening in. Look, here we go. Here we go. This is one of those.
There you go. That's all you need to hear right there.
I don't know, man. There's some stuff in Texas that I don't particularly care for, but there's some other stuff in Texas I'm like, hell yeah, man. Not being from Texas is, you know, there's some things that it's like, ooh, that's kind of hard to assimilate to, or to give up and to accept. So let's see. Captain Newbie says, I'm glad you jumped in. Yeah, definitely appreciate you being here, Grumpus. Hopefully that's who or what he was talking about.
Well, I appreciate having me on.
If you, man, Grumpus, you have an open invitation. If anyone ever wants to join, and I'm able to do or doing a StreamYard stream, again, that is why the the message is scrolling or down on the bottom. Kirk says Texas is too hot, and it's TOO, and totally agree. All right, totally
too
agree.
Hot for what?
Man, it's too hot for anything. Too hot for clothes.
We don't burn nearly as much wood as y'all do.
No, you don't. Well, then again, I don't know. I feel like I got the short end of the stick, literally, because when I was cooking with Marcus, it was doing nothing but raining, and we went through some wood while it was raining, because that moisture in the air sucked all of the heat out of the smoker.
Well, where I live, on a sunny day, my pit runs 200 without any fire in it.
Just because it's black, huh?
Because it's black.
I can't deal with that, man. I can't. Let's see. Donnell's funny. He said, y'all just remember that VA is home of barbecue and personal income tax, personal property tax. I will never live in Virginia. Never will I live in Virginia. Because if you have vehicles, if you have, I'm not paying a personal property tax. No, sirree. Urban Culture Kitchen says, Texas fam, everything bigger in Texas. Yep. Just like the AC bill and the water bill. And the only thing that's not bigger in Texas is the gasoline bill, like your fuel bill. That's one thing I will say in Texas. Because you have to drive so much, they give you a discount on fuel.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, y'all drive so much, man. Look, if I took the average amount of mileage, like Rumpus, how many miles you put in your car average a year?
A year?
Yeah,
probably 15,000, 20,000, maybe.
All right, so you're kind of low compared to a lot of other folks.
I drive 26 miles to work.
No, see, do you drive to work every day?
Yes.
All right, so I commute to work. It is like a 40 to 45 mile commute one way. And I'm averaging almost 30,000 miles on my car a year, or I was averaging almost 30,000 miles on my car a year. And yeah, no. In this area, people who commute between 35 and 50 miles one way. My wife is like 45 miles one way as well, and she was putting almost 30,000 miles on her vehicle as well. Let's see. So, look at my co-joined driveway. Texas looking interesting, but I'm part Billy Goat. Oh man. Marcus is not too hot when when Drought Buster comes. He's talking about me. He and Jamie called me the Drought Buster. Freaking
that's good.
50-year historic rain. Guess who was there for it? This guy. Alex says, night all, great show. Thank you very much. Captain Newbie says, Jersey got tax. Yeah, but the tax in Jersey is still not anything near the personal property tax that you pay in Virginia. So Rick says $2.49 a gallon for unleaded today. You know what's so funny?
That's true.
That is not true where I am. Unleaded gasoline today was through $2.89, and that was up from $2.79 yesterday. But there are, of course, some extenuating circumstances. But the gas prices have not been under like $2.70 in weeks. Like they've been steadily going up, because of the holiday coming up. Urban Culture Kitchen says my AC is cheap, $250 a month. That's cheap. Right now it says BBQ TRS. What is that? BBQ is the stock ticker BBQ. I do actually have some stock in that. Captain Newbie says from the bed to the desktop. Barbecue trading at 10:05. So actually, I'm kind of mad because it dropped down, Darnell. I got barbecue when it was at like $6.50, $7. We're talking about I think barbecue is Famous Dave's is yeah. So Terry says it's $2.89 there. Urban Culture Kitchen says, yep, $2.50 a gallon. Man, I wish. John, just 2,300, 2 years. Oh, I guess for his taxes. Bumpy, what's going on, man? Bumpy, I know he can, he can commiserate. Fuel prices here in Maryland have gone up. I've, some people are talking about 15, 20 cents an hour. They've seen stations rise. But I had no choice. But I did fill up my car. Diesel for me yesterday cost me $3.09 per gallon, and that was with the discount. Like not a frequent, but a Royal Farms, they have a discount thing. And when I got gas in my wife's van yesterday, it was $2.69 per gallon. Again, using that same discount, the 10-cent discount. So, and then today, both of those prices had gone up 10 cents per gallon. Mike says 80 miles to work one way, but truck sits for 2 weeks. Yeah, I can imagine. Grumpus, John says, Grumpus, what is your email on your page? Ooh, Rick says fuel was $4.49 in California when I left in November. Jeez. There you go. Bumpy says $3.45 in White Marsh. That's why I never fuel up in White Marsh, because it's too daggone expensive. Batman Barbecue says $2.79 in Minneapolis. Darnell, I got a 7.3 mid swap. Nice.
Did you see Scott Van's question?
I did not. I started reading it, and then I won't say I scrolled, but it went past. I have a barbecue food truck here in Memphis, Tennessee. We're doing our first large catering event. It's a school, so they want their sides prepackaged. Any advice on keeping prepackaged cold sides cold? So I would prepackage them well in advance and then put them in a refrigerator to keep them cold. If you are able to use styrofoam, then use styrofoam. If you can or have the ability to use a specific Cambro or like clear out, if you have a refrigerator there on your food truck, clear out that refrigerator and fill it up with your sides and kind of go from there. Use maybe some plastic cups that won't keep the cooling out and will allow the cooling to pass through. There's a plethora of things that you can try and do. It's all a matter of what equipment you have and what you have at your disposal. So Scott, first and foremost, great name. Secondly, good luck.
How long does he have to keep them cold?
Well, that's Scott. There's a follow-up question for you. How long do you have? And here's a better question: what exactly is it that you're trying to keep cold? And like, what is your plan? How about that? How about that? What is it you have to keep cold, and what is your plan? Because those are going to be things that will determine like how to answer that question. So Scott, you still around? Bueller. Coleslaw and potato salad. All right. 4-ounce size considering styrofoam cups. So if you package everything cold, then keeping it cold shouldn't be an issue. The only problem with styrofoam cups is if it's insulated, like the styrofoam might keep the cold out if you're trying to chill it. And styrofoam is not allowed everywhere. Like I know where I am, they're starting to crack down on the use of styrofoam. So you might have to use a plastic cup. But if you are using styrofoam, maybe you can leave the tops off. Excuse me. Maybe you can leave the tops off of things and kind of stack things precariously so that the coleslaw and potato salad will actually accept the cooling. But one of the things that I have done in the past is, as you would use sternos to keep things warm, use racks and ice underneath pans to keep things cool. And then, you know, kind of cycle things out of your fridge and or out of a Cambro into the cooling rack, or just put it on ice, man. You know, put the cups directly on ice, kind of treat them like they're oysters to help keep things cold. Again, something that will work better for that would be plastic cups, but because it, you know, the heat will transfer or the cooling will transfer, but styrofoam is going to kind of be an inhibitor to that. Let's see. Oh, Fat Man Barbecue says, well, also, how many guests? So I guess he answered that. Scott says, need to prepackage about 120 of each side. Also doing mac and cheese, baked beans as well. Well, man, you sound like you're going to be busy. Definitely good luck with that for sure. It sounds like you have your hands full, but it sounds like you have a handle on it. But I would try and prepackage it and get a lot of those things done ahead of time. Let's see. Captain Newbie says, ice access is your friend on colds. Yes, indeed. So one of the things I'll tell you in regards to kind of prepackaging and doing things like that, Scott, is do those things ahead of time. That's one thing that I learned when I was in Texas. In talking to, or you know, after the event, Jamie was talking about how many man hours or how much labor hours it took to fill up. We had 500 cups of baked beans and coleslaw. So it can be daunting. What's up, Rob? Mr. Homeowner is checking in. He says, "Hey, fellers, there's a couple of these here.
How you doing, Rob?
Say hi to everybody." Scott said, great advice. I appreciate it. Well, we appreciate your appreciation, Scott, for sure. Batman Barbecue says, good luck, bro. Definitely. Darnell says, Scott, top load Cambros with ice under the liners. Yes, indeed. You can definitely use a Cambro to keep things cool as well as you can keep things hot. So that is something to keep in mind. If you chill everything or everything is chilled when it goes in the Cambro, it'll hold that colder temperature. Same thing, vice versa, or the converse is if you put things in a Cambro hot, it will hold the hot temperature. Everybody's saying what's up to Rob, Jimmy included. Jimmy, how you doing, man? How's everything down in South Carolina with you? I did make mention that I will be in South Carolina next month, and we are going to link up. Not if, not when, but we are going to link up. And I don't know if it's going to be able to do a video or to exchange those things that we were talking about. I can pick up the box from you, but we are definitely going to link up and get together. Oh, I clicked on a past comment. Hey, you know what? While you guys are here, definitely want to post the link for you guys to be able to check out the video again. Let's see. Square Table Degenerate Podcast. His NFL schedule came out today. Looking for bros in Minnesota and Kansas City who are going to the games against the Browns. He is a Clevelander. Captain Newbie says it can't be forgot that the meter should be adjusted to as microscopic as a first phone call as far as time costs. Captain Newbie, maybe I'm like piggybacking or dropping in on a secondhand conversation. Spread table degenerate. He says also, hey everybody, you should have led with that one before you start talking about football. Even though it doesn't matter. It's like it doesn't matter when you get here. Just say hi to everybody when you get here. Don't be rude, right? Like my daughter is watching Full House, like the Full House from back in the day, Full House, and I could feel like what is the DJ? No, not Michelle. Stephanie, how rude. It's like, how rude. You pop in here and not even say hi. Travis says, is that Grumpus on fire? Yes, indeed. That is Grumpus. He's not on fire currently. He is wearing his Hawaiian shirt, though, so he's close to being on fire. He's chilling right now, is what he said. Definitely. So Urban Culture Kitchen, he says styrofoam containers with lids if there's a cold side, place in the cooler, and if there's a hot side, repeat steps. Yes. What are you chuckling at, Grumpus?
I can't stay out of the comments.
Oh, yeah.
It happens. Did I lose?
Did you lose?
I guess lose a bet or something. I don't know.
No, John did that. John, Grumpus is... This is Grumpus. Grumpus wears Hawaiian shirts. Wait. John, Grumpus, John from 4J's Barbecue. So if you do not know who Grumpus is, Grumpus, please plug your channel.
Grumpus on fire.
Grumpus on fire. All right.
Like and subscribe.
Look, Grumpus on fire. It's so funny. Grumpus is the Bob Ross of barbecue.
I've had so many people say that.
I agree. It's one of those things where once you see it, you can't unsee it. And once you watch some of Grumpus's videos, his audio is second to none. His video is spectacular. His cooking,
You make me blush.
I gotta knock you down a peg or two. I can't big you up on everything.
They're not watching me for the cooks.
But Grumpus, man, he does his thing. And if you do not know who Grumpus is, I highly recommend you check out Grumpus's channel. You will not be disappointed. Grumpus is like, oh wait, can I share? Look, I can. I
paint a little chicken wing in this corner.
Look. Grumpus on fire. We are going to use StreamYard to its fullest advantage. So let's find a good one. What's a good video you want me to show them?
Oh, they're all excellent.
They are all excellent. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct.
I probably get a Bob Ross comment on every video.
Shoot. All right. So how do I? All right. So share screen. Share screen. All right. Let's share a window, and the window that we are going to share is, gosh, sorry. Give me a second here to figure out.
Corned beef is a pretty good one.
The corned beef?
Corned beef is pretty good.
All right, let's see. I was looking at, I had the pear bourbon smoked ham, but let me get to your channel. The corned beef one. All right, that's a recent one.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I gotta get this figured out. So give me a second, guys. But I want you to see. I want you to witness and experience Grumpus. All right, so we are going to share screen, and let's see, Chrome tab. Yes, and we're going to share the audio.
Hey everyone, I'm Grumpus. Thanks for tuning in to Grumpus on Fire. Well, today I'm going to do a corned beef brisket. I'm going to smoke it up on the Lone Star Grill, and we're going to have some Reuben sandwiches tonight. So stick around. I'll show you how I do it.
So one of the things that I'll tell you guys, I watch almost everything at faster than normal speed. So that's why Grumpus, I won't say sound a little odd, but I'll be quiet now. Let's watch Grumpus work.
6-pound corned beef. I'm gonna go make some popcorn.
That overnight in water. Change the water twice.
It's water.
Just trying to leach a little bit of brine out of it.
Look at that. Look, he's got his clean hand. He should be using a glove with the paper towel, though. But, you know, that's neither here nor there.
And bear in mind, we're going to.
That's the Easter egg you need to find.
This evening, so we definitely don't want things to be too salty.
Well, see, he's doing well. He's touching the meat with his gloved hand. You need to put a wet paper towel underneath your cutting board. I don't know how many comments I get whenever they see my cutting board move around.
Here, so we're just going to go ahead and cut that off. I hate to lose the meat, but that's just going to burn up anyway.
Man, leave that on there.
It's going to come up here and just...
It didn't go to waste.
All right. Okay, I feel better about that.
That on the pit to the side. Have me a little snack later.
Have me a little snack later.
Still, so I'm going to trim that off.
Oh, my goodness.
So I can't see the comments, and actually, let's see. Oh, if I see Grumpus, can you still see the comments? Can you comment or comment on the comments? Because I can't see the comments. I'm on my laptop, so I only have one screen.
Around that corner just a little bit.
Well, Captain Newbie, he pointed out that I'm a bi-monthly.
Looks like they've already cut.
Video it bi-monthly.
Yeah,
that's about right.
We're not going to talk about the frequency or infrequency of his videos. We're just going to talk about the videos, period. Yep, cut that off. Hold on, can we just talk about the sharpness of that knife Grumpus is wielding right there? Look at that thing.
Good sharp knife, folks.
Oh,
there you go,
man.
Make sure it's sharp.
Shoot, it's like I know what I'm talking about or something.
Cutting yourself with a sharp knife.
Yes, indeed. I was using my knives today, Grumpus. And I said, man, I need to get my knives sharpened because they're dull. My wife and kids use my knives that I use for trimming briskets and such. They use them, and they're dull.
That's a job, people.
That is a job. Look at that. Oh,
we're going to put a little
Uncle Steve's
thick.
Oh, that thick meat on it. All right, look, we're going. I'm gonna get back to. Let's see here.
Everybody can tune in and see the rest of it.
Yes, indeed. Everybody tune in and see the rest of that video. So
well, I appreciate the plug there, Dash.
Man, look, I call him like I see him. Like seriously. Yeah. Let's see. Let me try to catch up. Travis says, well, awesome. I really enjoy your videos. Just received my LSG and feel like I learned a lot from your fire management videos. Well, thanks, Travis. Oh, wait, are you talking to Grumpus or me? You're probably talking to Grumpus because he has an LSG. We're going tomorrow to check out our first barbecue trailer. Any thoughts between the two of you? What I should be looking for? Travis, my thought and my, I won't say go-to answer when anyone asks me advice about a cooker or a trailer is to buy the biggest thing or one that you can afford, because you will outgrow it.
That's true.
I mean, it's just like the storage space on your computer. I'll never need more than 1 gig. Yeah.
Travis, something else to consider is where are you going to park it when you're not using it?
Yeah, that is a good thing.
Backyard. How much will it cost to store it?
Yep, those are definitely good considerations. And then here's one other thing. After I say Travis says, LOL, Grumpus is the Bob Ross. He says great stuff. Cuffing stuff. Jimmy says never heard him say happy little ribs. A challenge accepted, Grumpus?
Yeah, I guess I have to sneak that in there, see if y'all can catch it.
All right. Rob
you all
says
need
Grumpus,
to watch every video to see what I'm putting in there.
Up. I see what Grumpus did there. Rob says Grumpus is awesome. Yes, indeed. All right. So one of the things I will say also, Travis, is keep in mind certain places might have ordinances on the length and width of your trailer. So you have to keep that in mind. I know Baltimore City and DC have restrictions on the size of your on your barbecue trailer. So just keep that in mind when you're looking. Grumpus is, this is Captain Newbie says, Grumpus is bi-monthly. Just saying, if I remember, I'll be shopping for a sticker on Friday. Yes. Mike says, good channel, guys. Good channels, guys. Yes, indeed. Laura's back. Woohoo! Those some long gloves. Well, you know.
That's the way they come from Harbor Freight.
He said, you got their stole the wife disc gloves. No, man. Those are the 9mm nitro gloves.
Yes.
Yep. Those are the ones I use to work on my car because they don't tear. They don't tear.
I'll tell you what, they're hard to find too.
We're not even gonna talk about that. And not only hard to find, but how much are they a box now?
Last time I priced it, they were $12.
Oh, you have not been then you have not gotten those the 9mm nitro gloves recently because
I haven't seen them recently.
Yeah. So they are only selling the thinner blue gloves, and those thinner blue gloves are $20 a box currently.
Well, now you know why I only wore one.
Well, listen, I wish I could say the same, but I go through gloves like Grant through Richmond, unfortunately. I change my gloves so frequently, and it's one of those things where I don't have a choice in the matter. I got to bite the bullet and pay the $20. I had a coupon. It was like buy one, get one half off or something like that for gloves. And I happened to get like the mechanics gloves because I use those almost disposably. And I said, well, will this work on these? And when I made my purchase, the lady was like, oh, let's see if it comes up on the box of gloves because they're gloves. And it saved me $10 between 2 boxes of gloves. So as opposed to the boxes costing me $20 a piece, it was $30 for the 2 boxes. $30 when I'm used to spending $6 for 100. So I mean, those gloves are now costing me 15, 16 cents or 20 cents when I can't get them on sale per glove. It is, talk about, I use them sparingly too.
I've recently become real fond of the Clorox wet wipes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Captain Newbie says, listen, if it's going to be a safe temp on that meat, then F the germaphobes. Nope, it's not. It's about safe handling of food, especially when you are cooking for other folks, Captain Newbie. So the germaphobe thing is not always, I won't say warranted, but because you're cooking for other folks, you have to be extra cautious.
And even just cooking in the backyard, you don't want to be handling sharp knives with a greasy hand.
No, you don't. B says that thick meat is good stuff. Yes, indeed.
It is. I love it.
So Laura says all of them are. I agree. Definitely. Let's see. Kirk says some have regulations on how loud your generator is. That's something also can't keep in mind as well. The decibel level of your generator. You probably can't buy the cheapest generator out there because they could be too loud, which is another thing to consider. Laura says, you sure they're not farm gloves? Girl is out here birthing calves. Oh, man. Oh, Kirk says, check that page I sent you on Messenger. Tell everyone about it. I just got 1,000 gloves for like $100. Man, are they good gloves though, Kirk?
Yeah, how thick are they?
Disposable vinyl nitro gloves. Bulkapothecary.com. This is 15% off of orders over $250. So I need some extra large gloves. Oh yeah, look at that. So a case of 10 boxes, 1,000 gloves, $9.95 per 100. Goodness gracious. Well, Kirk, what size gloves did you get? So it's $99.50. I mean, that's a lot of damn gloves. Disposable vinyl nitro blend gloves. Mario says Gator Shake is his favorite. Rob says 1 out of 5 of his gloves, Rick putting them on. We're not even gonna talk about it.
He just being too manly with him.
Yeah, right. You gotta like caress them, Rob. You can't treat them like they owe you money or anything. You gotta be gentle. Kirk, man, what's up? You trying to sell some boxes of gloves or what? You know,
He must have just bought some stock.
Yeah, I got $50 for 5 boxes. What's up? 1, 2, 3, and I do see today RXL, but I might just have to order my own. Kirk, definitely appreciate that. The new South Texas Red is awesome. I'm not hip. I gotta talk to Uncle Steve about that. You know, yeah. MTG says I need the link for those gloves. It was, hold on, let me type it in. Bulk Apothecary. www.bulkapothecary.com. Bulkapothecary.com. Yeah, Kirk says you got sight, brother. I jumped on it quick. That's still twice as much as I want to pay. But I will bite the bullet and go ahead and order some. Golly, do you need 84,000 gloves? They are $8. Maybe I should buy a whole case of them and start selling. Like
There
go
you
into
go.
business and sell them $12. I can get if I were to buy 3 cases would be 300, and then use this 15% off. That would save me 15%. So 15% of 300 is $35, $40. That would get them down to like $9.50 a box, and I could sell them.
You could sell them to the servers to the barbecue event you're going to.
Shoot, I wish.
Just include it in the price and throw a box in it.
Maybe you might be right. Captain Newbie says, I've got no problem with gloves. In fact, I'm falling in love with them. Yes, indeed. Yep. Captain Newbie says, easy cleanup. See, that's one of those things, like, I'll be honest, I hate getting my hands dirty because I'm compelled to wash my hands. I wash my hands a lot. Like, I washed my hands a lot before the pandemic, but now during and after the pandemic, I'm washing my hands, I'm going to say even more. But when I come in the house, first thing I do is wash my hands. Like, my kids come in the house, first thing I do, wash your hands. Don't reach into the refrigerator. Don't go into the ice machine. Like, wash your hands. That's the first thing that, I try to get them to do. Yeah. Hey, Rob, be easy, man. Thank you very much for hanging out and popping on. Hey, if you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button for me. What is the count on the thumbs up? Can somebody give me a count on the thumbs up? mdsteeldrumsmokers@gmail.com. Yes, the scrolling on the bottom of the screen. Maybe you couldn't see it. Look, Kirk said, man, if you bought a pallet right before COVID, you'd be rich right now. Sure enough. Sure enough. 67. Holy cow. Darnell, so he's gonna be breaking his Texas Red this weekend. I have not been to the PO box in a couple days, so maybe it's sitting there. This is somebody else. If you guys do not know who this man is, we have Al from Eat More Vegans. Grumpus, you know
Love
who
that
Al
name.
is? Oh man, Grumpus, do you know who Al is? Have you seen Al's channel?
I don't think I have.
Oh, buddy, you need to do yourself a favor and go check out Al's channel right now. Look, this is what we're gonna do.
I'm cutting and pasting as we speak.
Thank you, because Eat More Vegans is he is highly on the list of. Oh, look at that! He is jumping up in subscribers, and for good reason. I am like truly digging Al's channel. I wish I got to watch more of Al, but look, Al, I call him like I see him. And I am completely being honest with you when I say I am a fan. Al commented on one of my videos, and I'm like, dude, you like what? Like you watch my channel, and then I went back to his channel, and I'm like, I was blown away at just how good his videos are. The production quality in his videos is like, it is mind blowing. Like,
I don't know.
Man, I'm telling you, he's one of those small channels that he's somebody you need to watch. Like, I highly recommend Grumpus, if you have a 4K television, definitely turn up the high definition and watch Al's videos. Like, Al, you need to screen capture this right now, because I am like, dude, between Al and his daughter Leah, like Leah, you know, she's stone cold though. You can't put anything, past Leah. Kurt says he subbed. All right, that's what's up. Anybody else sub to Al's channel, Eat More Vegans? Obviously, let him know. All right, Grumpus said he just subbed. But you have to meet Al. You have to meet Yoda. You have to meet who else is there? There's Yoda. There's Darth, and obviously his daughter Leah. Al also has friends and neighbors that pop by, and they help him with the taste testing. I'm like,
sounds fun.
Oh man, it really is. And Al's got some high energy too. So, Grumpus, here's something I know you would appreciate. He did a video about maybe a month and a half ago. Just got my first stick burner. Oh, Grogu. First stick burner. So I know you were talking about it, but I haven't seen it yet. But anyway, he did a video talking about his studio. You see this? He said, when are you coming down for a taste testing? We got to figure that out. I am not averse. You are only about 6 hours away. And you know, what is 6 hours among friends? All right. Because I will definitely come down and spend a day with you and hang out. And sure enough, shoot.
Where are you at, Al?
He's in North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah. But so I was saying, Grumpus, you would appreciate this. He did a tour of his studio. He did like a behind the scenes tour of he has a whole studio kitchen, his like camera setup and his microphone setup and his outdoor cooking space or cooking area, that whole setup. And I was watching it like, damn.
Sounds like an expensive video to watch.
Ooh, buddy. Well, it's one of those things where it's a smoke 'em if you got 'em type video. I wish I had it to be able to say, oh man, I'm buying this, or I'm getting that. But it's like, man, the way my wallet is set up.
I wonder if Amazon has layaway.
It's so funny. I have an Amazon a credit card through Chase with Amazon. So I'm like, what? Let me spend enough money to get 18 equal monthly payments. So it's not layaway, but it damn near is layaway. 0% interest with between 12 and 18-month payments. What? I'm all over it. So let's see. My wife just came at me from dead asleep with the devil's anger. Somebody woke her up. I hope I survive. Well, Captain Newbie, good luck with you. Let's see. Papa Bear says, isn't Grogu Baby Yoda's name? It's a half brisket. Oh, okay. I guess what he cooked on it first. Look. See, I'm getting myself in trouble. Kirk says, man, you 2.5 hours. I can't even visit for seafood feast. I see how you are. Nah, Kirk, man, listen, it's nothing personal, Kirk. I just don't get out to the east. I won't say it's easier, but I would rather be able to rip and run up 95 at my heart's content, driving as fast as I want to drive, versus having to drive the speed limit 2.5 hours to get to Ocean City or get to close to Ocean City. I've paid my dues, and all right, now I get it. 6 hours is a half brisket. I don't know, man. I did a brisket today in 6 hours. So, yeah. MTG. So Johnny said he just bought his first upright smoker, but Kirk, driving the speed limit is torturous for me. I have a problem with it.
What kind of smoker did he buy?
The upright smoker from MTG.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if he answers. Look, Kirk said, if you're scared, say you're scared. No, I'm not scared. I just hate driving that speed limit drive, man. I can't do it. Anyway, so what kind of smokers? So I guess, Al, what type of wood burning smoker did you get? And Johnny, what did you get? Johnny says, now I have 4 cookers. Things are looking up. Well, looking up or down, depending on how you look at it, Johnny. Laura's looking. She says, where's her maid? Nobody has a maid, hopefully. Oh, all right. So Al says he got a, what is it, OCB, Old Country Pecos? What is OCB? Is it Old Country?
Yeah, I think
Old
that's
Country
right.
Barbecue? But I know I've heard, okay, Old Country Barbecue. Old Country Barbecue Pecos. I know a few folks that have those.
Yeah, they're decent pits. They sell them at Academy.
Yeah, I know.
Did you get to go to Academy when you were here?
I did go to an Academy briefly. We went to an Academy. Was it Academy? Or was it? No. We went to Cabela's. We didn't go into Academy.
Okay.
Excuse me. But I mean, Academy, Cabela's, they're very similar. So, yeah. All right. Well, guys, I am going to be ending the stream soon, but I wanted to give you guys the link to tomorrow's video. Those of you guys who are here, I feel like it's a little bit of a, thank you. For those of you guys who are hanging out, I try to give you the link to tomorrow's video so you get a little bit of a preview. So you can watch that now or, after the live stream ends in a couple minutes. And if there's anybody that wants to get on the live stream, here's your last chance. There is my email down below. Just shoot me a message, and I will reply and give you the link or a link so that you can join us.
Y'all jump in. That's scary.
Yeah, no, I don't bite.
It don't hurt.
MTG said he got Traeger from Bass Pro Shop. Nice. Imagine if Texas knew how to micro garden. I don't know if y'all know if that's a thing. Oh, goodness gracious. Captain Newbie says good night, y'all, or good night all. Sorry, I'm
You rubbed off, didn't
you? Yeah. Look, you know what rubbed off? Saying deal. Oh man, what's the deal with that? Or the deal with this? And what's this deal and that deal? This and oh man, y'all say deal a good deal in Texas. I know, Laura. I was waiting for you to say something. That's like the first or second one, and then see you talk about it. Oh, I'm so sorry, but we are 3 hours in, almost 3 hours in, and I took precautions. I drink, and I think it's around here. Here it is. I drink this energy drink an hour ahead of the start of the live stream, and it helped. I don't know if I'm going to sleep tonight or soon, but it helped.
You still got 28 people in here.
Heck yeah, man. Somebody wanted.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely. Gabriel says later, everyone. Sorry, Laura, again. Johnny. I can't. I got to stop talking about it. Johnny said, I want to go to Buc-ee's. Shoot. Yeah, you do. Good night.
Go when you got some time.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the thing. Like, I could have spent a lot more time in Buc-ee's than I did. It was shoot. And like I said, I cut out a lot of the video of me walking around like, what? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Hey, good night, Al. Definitely appreciate you hanging out. Bucky's. Johnny says, I want to go to Bucky's. Yes, indeed. Laura says, good night, TC, BFN, Dash, Grumpus, and plus all. 70 likes. Ooh, goodness gracious. Captain Newbie says, or 11:01. Man, it is almost midnight here. Jimmy says, good night, guys. Texas is even younger. I know. Should have gotten taste lesson number, the baby girl for starters. Oh, taste lesson number 3. I wish I could have, but I was already flying with way too much stuff. Trying to get through a metal detector with a baby grill. I don't know. It'd have looked at me real funny. Sorry,
Good night, Mike.
Look, you can't say take to the radio. Laura, like, stop. Don't mention it again. Mike says night dash and Grumpus, definitely. All right, guys, I'm good and tapped out. As you can see, I've hit the end of my rope tonight. So thank you, Grumpus. I definitely appreciate you being able to hang out with me, and you make a great co-host, sir. Like,
always a pleasure, sir.
Man, I'm like, hey, I put out the call, and Grumpus is almost always willing to answer. So, yeah, definitely appreciate it. Laura says, love you.
Oh, gosh, I'm blushing.
Let's see who's next. Oh.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and bail out, and you can say your goodbyes to the good people.
Yes, indeed. Hey, Grumpus.
Thanks for having me on. Thanks for the plug and all you do for all of us.
Look, man, listen, I call them like I see it, and I definitely appreciate what you do. So, yeah.
Everybody in the chat, you have a good night. And this is Grumpus out, if I can find the button here.
I got you. Well, he was saying goodbye, but I prematurely pushed the button. I'm sorry, Grumpus. So Bumpy says, which would you visit first, Scott or Franklin? Last question. I probably would visit Scott's barbecue first, just to say I've been there. Like, I've been to South Carolina a couple times. Sorry, Laura. I've been to South Carolina, to Myrtle Beach a few times, but Scott's barbecue is it's not quite a ways away, but it's not close to Myrtle Beach. Scott's is in. It's escaping me. There's one in Charleston, and there's one his main. It's escaping me where the first building, brick and mortar, was, but it's like 2.5 hours away, or like it's a good distance away from Myrtle Beach. Al says good night, Grumpus. Laura says bye, Grumpus. Hemingway, there we go. That's what it is. Hemingway is not as close to Myrtle Beach as some would assume. I think it's like 2 hours plus away from Myrtle Beach, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's see. Google.com. Myrtle Beach. MYRT. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We need some directions from Hemingway. Driving. It says it's about an hour. I thought it was further away, but I don't know why I thought it was further away. Let's see here. I'm trying to look and see where Jimmy lives. If I could find it on the map. But anyway, all right. I've been around Scotch joints, just saying. Grumpus, and how was it? Grumpus, how was Scott's barbecue? If you're coming to 95, you can get off at Florence. Get off at Florence. Oh, definitely. To get to you, Jimmy. Yeah. And I will be coming down 95. The whole thing, though, is when you get to, I'm trying to think, where is it? Because I come down Paper City. Oh, usually when I come down 95 to get to Myrtle Beach, I get off I get off 95 in Lumberton. I think that's where about I get off, and then kind of take those 2-lane roads into Myrtle Beach. I think it's Lumberton. If it's not Lumberton, it's either like it's the town just below it, but I think it's Lumberton. I don't know why Lumberton is jumping out in my head. Like if I were to go, no, clear this. Come on. Myrtle Beach. Let's get some directions from home. Let me see where it has me turning off. Give me a second there, Jimmy. Yep, it's Lumberton. Lumberton to 74, and then 74 all the way, 74 to 701, and then down to Myrtle Beach. So I know I've done it multiple times. Yep. Jimmy says that's North Carolina line. All right, Laura, be easy. Jimmy, if I'm coming closer, I will let you know. It is going to be, and I saw your message. I can't reply because I'm not using my phone. But let me look at my calendar. Let me check my Palm Pilot. The 12th through the 19th is when I'll be down there. So the 12th through the 19th. So yeah, we can try to figure something out. Good night, Laura. Fatman Barbecue says, email me at jason@fatmanbarbecue.com. Let's see. All right. So, let's see. All right, guys. It is after midnight, and I am turning into a pumpkin. But one more again, let me go ahead and give you guys the link to the video for tomorrow. If you guys feel so inclined to check out the video tonight, so be it. Hey, thank you guys as always for watching. Really, really do appreciate you hanging out and being on. Those of you guys who were a part of the discussion earlier and were able to add some content or add something to the discussion, greatly appreciate it. Jimmy, we will definitely work it out. Even if I have to come and visit you and take a day trip to come see you, we'll definitely work it out. But my priority is getting to Myrtle Beach, and then because after that drive, and I don't want to put you out of your way, so I'll link up with you. Hopefully, I can link up with you one day during the week. We'll have to look at your schedule, and we can figure if we can work something out. I thought about trying to see if I can link up with you at the racetrack. I know you said you do that on Fridays, so that might be a possibility, but we'll have to see. All right, Al says, good night, Dash. Appreciate you, man, and thanks again for the shout out. Not a problem, Al. You most certainly deserve it. Dakota said, take care. Have a good night. You too, gentlemen. Definitely appreciate you being here. And this was a fun one. Started off a little rocky, but we worked it out, which is always, always, always a great, great time and a great thing. So thank you guys so very much again, and I'm gone.